Are we live?
We're live!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. Quick introductions. Who are we? I am Josh,
I'm Stefan.
And I'm Ann.
and we're joined with special guest John, designer of Edge of Darkness, tonight's Spotlight. Real quick shout out. Tonight's stream and all this week's stream is sponsored by Edge of Darkness by AEG, which is coming out to Kickstarter tomorrow.
Nice.
Yep.
And that's like, I think it's like, what, noon Eastern tomorrow, John? Is that right?
Noon Eastern, yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, I got
Exciting.
that. So, John, can you tell us, before we get into the game, can you tell us a little bit about Edge of Darkness and general overview what the game is and what we're going to be showing
Sure.
off tonight?
Yeah. So the thematic setting is the game is set in the city of Aegis, is what we're calling it, which is sort of a powerful economic, political, and military hub of the Empire. And each player represents a guild master in that city. And you guys are vying for power and influence in the city. Now, that particular city that you're in sits upon the border of what's called the Forsaken Realm, where evil spirits, and demons are constantly threatening the city. They're called the Blight. And the guilds are responsible for defending the city, but they're strictly out for their own interests. So you are happy to see your other guilds fail in their responsibility, because then you will get more relative reputation in the city. The mechanics of the game plays out of a central deck, and the central deck works like a deck builder, where when the deck runs out, you shuffle the discard pile and it becomes the draw deck again. But everyone's playing out of the same central deck, so you're all drawing from and discarding to the same deck, and different players own different cards in the deck. So there's a whole bunch of neutral cards in the deck, and then some cards in the deck are owned by specific players. So you could draw your opponent's card and use it. So, for example, the card being shown is owned by the blue player there, right? If someone else were to draw that card, they could use that effect, but they would have to pay the blue player for the privilege of using the effect. The game is a card crafting game. So for those who are unfamiliar with that concept, the cards in the game all start in card sleeves. And the cards in Edge of Darkness are all transparent. So the 2/3 of every card is transparent. And during the course of the game, you're going to be putting, as being demonstrated, new advancements into cards to make them better. So, for example, this citizen is a member of the Blue Guild, right? And he has gained a connection to the War Council. He now has a connection with a member of the War Council, which gives this citizen the ability to have influence over that particular location. So there's an element of sort of worker placement in the game where different connections, like in this case the War Council member, place agents at specific locations in the game to trigger effects. So there's 10 worker placement, essentially, type of locations every game, and each one represents a important location in the city. And then each one also has a set of advancements that represent an important person of that location that would have influence to interact with that location. The game plays 8 rounds. Each round has 2 phases. There's an assembly phase where players will draft a hand of cards, and then there's an action phase where players will resolve their hand of cards. During that process, cards will cause you to, and what we're looking at, I should note, right, for everybody, everything that's being played here is prototype stuff. A lot of the art is close to being done, or a lot of the art is done, I should say. But some of the iconography, like that cheat sheet we were just showing, doesn't have any graphics yet, but it has the text that it would ultimately have. So while you're doing all this, the cards you draw actually cause you to take out cubes out of a bag, which is a whole aspect of the game. And the cubes then get thrown into a cube tower, which represents the Blight, sort of the evil part of the game. So you guys want to pan over to the tower. So this is a prototype tower, but the end state of the tower will be structured similarly and work the same way, but have a different sort of look and a more artistic look to it. So over the course of the game, people will dump cubes into this tower. Somebody want to demonstrate? Ta-da! Cubes will fall out, and there will actually be cards on that little rampart thing in the front. If you guys want to put like one card up there to demonstrate. So there's actually going to be cards on what's called the blight side. So that's a dark agent, and cubes will fall out of the tower and tumble into one of the zones beneath the rampart. And if they're playing a 3-player game, so in a 3-player game, if 7 total cubes end up in the little tub beneath one of the blights, that blight will attack the city. And the cubes in the bag are everybody's color, and there's also black cubes. So if a threat attacks, whichever color cube has the plurality or the most of that color in the tub, that's the player that gets attacked by that threat. And then there's some mechanics that we'll get into when you guys start playing that allow you to either kill the threats in advance or defend against them when they attack. And we can get into that later, but I think is there anything else you guys want to cover up front? I think that's a decent overview.
Yeah, no, I think that's a pretty good overview, and a lot of the specifics will come up during the gameplay.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay.
I'll turn it over to you guys. I mean, take it away, yeah?
All right. So we got a basic overall. We're going to be building our decks and everything like that. John, is there a first player, like who goes first rule or anything at all?
There's no specific rule. It's not like the oldest person goes first or something.
Oh.
You just do it randomly.
All right. I'm gonna give it to Ann to go first. Since me and Ann played, that will give Stefan 2 turns to kind of
Great.
see what's happened.
For those of you that typically watch our Spotlight show, the way that we try and do our games is we'll have one person who has really played the game, gone through it a couple of times. They'll show it once or twice to the second person, and then a third person will be here who really has never seen the game. Typically, it is Josh, who is the rules lawyer, shows it to Matt, and I have no idea what's going on. But because of our casting changes, and because this game at first glance looks very complicated, Josh and I were able to play through earlier today, and John was so kind to be on standby to answer any of the questions that came up, and we had a lot of fun, and I won, and it's time to win again. Reigning champ.
You only won because I got attacked. Otherwise, we would have tied. And can you
Was it a right at the end attack that got you?
It was like second to last round attack, I think, and it was like it could have hit both of us possibly, but it ended up for me, and my defense dropped, and that's what gave her the win was the 4 points that I lost in the defense.
Yep.
And can I have my 2 threat tokens that we did the sample roll with, or the sample thing with? All right. So before we start, do you want to take a second and go over each location briefly and do a quick overlap of what they do so people understand as we do it, or do you want to do it as we...
I think, actually, you could probably do that, because the prologue round, you're going to draft 6 of them. So you can sort of just explain as you choose them what they do.
I think it's important before we get into the prologue that the game, when you first set it up, gives you a recommended... The game comes with different locations, which I think is really cool. It's a little modular. And
also, I'll note, you guys are not doing... this isn't the setup as it would normally look in the rulebook.
Yes.
But you guys have a different sort of layout that's more friendly for this camera angle. But yeah.
Yep. We do have the extension pieces, but everything is a little shifted around for the sake of trying to fit everything nicely in for the camera. Typically, this larger piece would be in the center, and the pieces that you see a little bit on the side, Josh, if you could zoom out a little bit. The pieces you see here on the side would be on the top and the bottom of the board, but you'll see here that we have the cards in spots on these sideboards. In the normal game setup, this would be tilted, and each location would be like this, associated with one of those card spots. So the game sets up really nicely on the table. We had to smush things together. So the game, when you set it up, has a recommended 10 locations, and ours has 2 alternative locations. Josh and I played with the 10 locations already, and we decided that we kind of wanted to throw in one of the 2 alternate locations. So as we go through, I'll point out to you which one is the alternate location. So the first location that we have...
So just
Oh, well, let me see 1. Start from 1, 2, 3,
Grab
4
one.
because my OCD says start with the numbers. This is the City Treasury, and the cards associated with that are the Treasury Officer. So his special ability thing, effect, John, you would call it an effect,
Yeah.
is that your player will get 3 coins. This will make a lot more sense as we start to play the game. The second location is the Forge, and of course in a Forge you would expect to find,
Judge Judy.
yes, Judge Judy,
No.
blacksmith. His special effect is that you are able to collect 2 coins, or you see those crossed swords there? That is your like your battle power. There's another name for it. I didn't call it the right name. Your attack power, John?
Battle strength.
Battle strength.
Yep.
Third location we have are the Watchtowers. The Watchtowers is a defensive position. If Josh, if you could just, there we go. So when a threat attacks, and that goes back to the point that the guys were making earlier about there being 7 cubes in a 3-player game landing in one of these dishes, if you have an agent, which we'll also go over, at one of those locations, my little agent guy, agent man, if you get attacked by the threat, he's going to absorb the 3 damage instead of you taking it. And at the Watchtower, that associated character is the Watchtower Lookout. If you look at the icons to the right of the Watchtower Lookout, what that is telling you is that you can place 1 agent. And that, again, will make more sense as we go on. Fourth location, this is the location 11. This is actually our alternative location. And that is the labor exchange. And
Yeah, this one's a weird one.
I think it's so cool. Like, as you get to
Yeah.
play it, you have the prison warden for this one. So the special effect is that you get to move one trained agent you own from any location to any other location, which would have been super valuable for me last game too. Or you can place an untrained agent on any location. Return that agent after dropping cubes in your next action turn. So you have trained agents and untrained agents, and you start off the game with 4 trained agents, and you have 6 untrained agents, and you have to do something during the game in order to convert your untrained agents to trained agents. So this labor exchange and the associated card really kind of open up your ability to work with your agents, which I think is cool.
Yeah, normally untrained agents are entirely useless until you get them trained.
Right,
And
right.
that's one of the locations that actually allows you to make some amount of use of an untrained agent without having to train it.
I think it's really cool. Next is the War Council. Now, this one is really important, and we learned that the hard way. So on your turn, you may send 2 agents to hunt threats, to return 2 agents to you in order to hunt threats. So the only way that you can attack the threats from the Blight is using the War Council. And what you need to do is you need to be able to have placed 2 agents onto the War Council using the War Council member option. You can see the top one, you have the arrow down. That means place, so that you can place 1 agent, or you have the option to use, these are the influence tokens, pay 2 influence, and then you can place 2 agents. Then when you have your 2 agents on there, you can take off your 2 agents if it fits your turn, and then attack your threat. And if you beat your threat, then you get reputation points, which go towards victory points. So this is a very important one. Got to keep that in mind.
So the game me and Ann played offside, she was a warmonger and just was killing everything. And then I went around and I just hired new guild members
You
to my
did.
team, and I hired the whole city basically.
He had stories for each member that he hired too. It was quite amazing. And he's like, it's not my fault. This is what's happening in the story. I'm just telling you what happened. It's very cute. This is Guildmark University. I mentioned before that you needed to do a special effect in order to convert an untrained agent into a trained agent, and that is this option. So in the Guildmark University, you expect to find frat kids. No, university professor. So, and using the university professor, you can place one of the agents, and you can either pay 4 gold to train an agent, or you can just, pay 4 gold to train an agent. So the special ability here is if you've placed an agent onto the university, it's going to reduce your cost to
For every
train an
agent
agent.
that's on here.
For every agent that's on here. So you can place an agent and pay 3 gold. Okay.
No, you're hiring the frat boys. Those are your train agents. There you go. And we're gonna have
are
new
my-
stories for this.
This is going to be your news stories about your
Yeah,
townspeople.
we're gonna get frat boys.
This is going to get really exciting.
Farmtown.
Mill
It's one of my
Hollow
favorite places.
Farmtown. This is a cool one too. So Mill Hollow Farmtown comes with the Mill Hollow. What is he? Does it say farmer? What is his actual title?
Landowner.
Landowner. All right. So for the Mill Hollow Farm, this is kind of how you get your money in the game, or a way to get money in the game. You can place an agent, and for each agent that you place, you get 1 gold coin. Or you can take an agent that you have already had on the farm off of the farm, and you'll collect 3 gold coins. But what's neat about the farm is that if you add 2, for every 2 agents that you keep on the farm, you increase your hand size by 1.
And the note, we haven't said hand size. It starts as 3, so
Yeah.
that's a
It's a pretty small hand size.
33% increce with +1.
Look at you with them math skills.
I
with
gotta,
a
I gotta
Z.
replace the engineer.
Matt would be proud.
Next up is
This
Capitol
was-
Hall. This is my favorite location. to
Josh
hang
was
out.
living in here. Do you want to explain it?
All right, so Capitol Hall. So we talked about everyone has their gilded members, and there's a bunch of neutral people,
Right.
and there's a let me grab one. These cool little sleeves here that just have the guild icon, and you could guild people that aren't in a guild yet, have them join your guild. So at Capitol Hall is on your turn. You may take 2 agents from here and pay 5 gold to claim allegiance to your allegiance in your hand. So you take one of the ungilded people and you guild them. So basically, my whole game was I was just hanging out there, but like, oh hey, here's $5, come join my guild. We're cool. Let's have a party.
This was his stories.
Yeah.
They weren't really great, but they
They
were
were
amusing.
great, but they were there. And the card you get is the advisor to the Chancellor, which lets you place up to 2 there.
I feel
So-
guilty.
Yes, good puns. This is gonna be great. All right, so the advisor Chancellor lets you put 2 there. So basically, you can put 2 there and then take them right off at the same turn and pay 5 gold and get it.
The advantage to doing that is that for each slot that you have full on your cards that are in your guild is a victory point.
Yeah. We got 2 places left.
Deep Hollow. Okay, I tried to use this location once towards the end, but I couldn't make it work. What? So what this location is you can kind of reserve battle strength. So
Yeah, this one's really good at getting you a lot of battle strength, but it
Yeah.
takes some planning.
I didn't. I tried to use it too late in the game because, as Josh was telling you, I played Warmonger. So for the Deep Hollow Militia Chief, you can place up to 3 agents on the location, and for each, when you let me back that up. So you're gonna place up to 3 agents. That's your one effect. You're done. You're going to have to get this card again, and then when you take off your 2 agents, you're going to get 3 additional battle strengths. So it's definitely a location that requires a little foresight because you need to get at least 2 agents on there in one turn, and then the next turn that you're going to also have to attack your threat, hunt your threat, that's when you want to take the agents off to get your 3 additional battle strength.
Yeah, and we should clarify for the viewers that battle strength is actually entirely useless if you're not doing what's called hunting threats, which is what the War Council member and the War Council let you do. So the Mill Hall or the Deep Hollow Border Town effect that can give you a lot of battle strength, you need to time that effect with your ability to go on a hunt.
So there's some games where, you get to neutralize attack points by using your battle strength. Sometimes games will use that as both an attack and a defense. And in this game, the battle strength is simply an attack, and it has nothing to do with your defense. So, and in order to attack, you have to be hunting your threats. Last but
So
not
our last
least,
location is the Grand Library.
I absolutely love the art in this game. Okay,
So
yes.
this was one of the cards we didn't use.
Not that
I
much?
I wasn't rolling the dough enough to do this. So this is straight up convert money to
reputation
victory points.
You
So
I don't think I even really.
we didn't even buy this card in
No.
our personal game. I was
Oh,
going
you
at
guys
the
are missing
end.
out. This one can be quite strong.
Yeah, it can be strong. I was going for the 5 gold for guild members, and I just pretty much used every single guild sleeve I had almost. So I was
That's where you put your
just
money?
throwing big parties. I didn't have time to go to the library and pay for books. But it's straight up. It's 4 gold for 2 points, 10 gold for 4, or 15 gold for 6. So a little bit of a scale there. So if you want to go straight victory point gold route,
Yeah.
you can go that way. All right, so that's all the locations. John, do you have any tips for what we might want to go after? Stefan's he's not new to these types of games, but he's new to this game. So maybe a strategy for him to pick up so he can probably beat our butts
How to?
on his first
So,
try.
so there's a whole bunch of strategies you could pursue with this particular setup of effects, and there's of course combination of strategies that you could pursue. The easiest one, if you want to pursue an easy strategy that is low risk, but might not have as high of a payoff, is to get some defense at the Watchtower. Make sure you got some of that, and then try to just get a ton of money and convert it via points or via the library. You'll miss out on some other potential big ways to score points, such as hunting threats. But you're not gonna if you do enough defense, you're not gonna lose points from threats attacking you. You can then attempt to sort of if you guys are trying to use it, because it's kind of a cool effect, is the prison warden guy. So you can make use of him. So if you sleeve him, it gives you some flexibility. Because later in the game you can go anywhere with that effect, but it's obviously not as strong because the guys you place with it are not permanent. But if you want flexibility later in the game, you can sleeve some of those early, so that you don't start. You can have a nice flexible strategy come the end of the game that you can maneuver yourself depending on what other people have sleeved to actually maximize that. So those are just a couple things.
Going down, Ann.
Bring it.
All right, so real quick, before we start into this, I'm going to just show the player board off real quick.
Why don't you want that close? Hey, how about you don't use the green one?
I was trying to not take everything off one player board.
Ah, well.
All right.
Oh, that's much better.
So we all each have our own player board, and I'm kind of going to shift it over as we go. The main thing here is, so I am the white and blue team. And they all have names, and I can't remember what. We were the wine drinkers. That's all I remember. So the guild hall is where. So we talked about everyone having their gilded members. Mm-hmm. If someone else uses your gilded member, instead of getting discarded to the normal pile, it gets discarded to your guild hall, and you draw from there first. So if someone uses one of your cards, you kind of get it on your next turn. So that's helpful. So that's what your guild hall is. Whenever another player discards, or if it gets discarded from the tower.
The anointed. The white team is the anointed.
Okay. So we have the guild hall. Then we have a couple areas here. We have our trained agents, which go there. A threat zone, which are the cubes we're going to be getting. Mm-hmm. No, we didn't really talk about it, but all these cards not all of them, but a lot of them have a little threat icon on it. So when these cards get played, not when you get cards come into your hand, you're gonna generate a threat. So later on in the game, we're gonna be generating a lot more threat because we're gonna have a lot more upgrades.
Yeah.
Under this, we have 3 areas here. To the left here is going to be our influence and goodwill. John, correct me if I'm wrong. Influence you can kind of spend for some stuff. Goodwill is pretty much just
Fractions
bonus
of-
points. for
Yeah,
later.
Goodwill is used primarily for skipping cards when you're drafting, so that you can get the cards you want, as opposed to getting stuck with just the top cards of the deck.
All right, so you can use goodwill and influence for that.
No, sorry, did I say that wrong? That's what influence is for.
Okay.
Goodwill is strictly once you pick up the influence that someone spent to skip a card. Goodwill is strictly then points. It doesn't have a function.
Okay, that's what. All right.
But if you end up collecting, I mean, it doesn't just sit empty in your hand. When you collect X amount of goodwill points, it equals a victory point. It's 4 goodwill points to a victory point.
4 to 1. Yeah, once you get 4 goodwill points, you can cash them in for a point.
Okay. And then we have just a little spot for our money. And then last up we have is a little victory spot point area. So we have 1 point, 2 points. We're just going to do that. And then on the bottom of the board is our on-train agents. They have a little slot. And then so the interesting part of the board is on the right here is the defense track. So you have this little defense icon. And you're going to start at the top, and then every time you take a damage, so when a threat comes out, so let's look at this Dark Agent, and I don't block him for whatever reason. He does 2 damage to me. This icon's going to go down twice. Then if you look here...
Actually, you guys got that wrong.
Oh, I got that wrong?
Yeah, so if a threat attacks you, and you fail to block it, you go down 1 space.
Oh, only 1?
It doesn't actually matter how big the threat is. You go down 1 space. If the size of the threat makes it harder to block, so a really big threat is a lot harder to block, but if you fail to block it, you only go down 1 space.
You may have not lost.
We would have tied a game then, because I did that wrong. Because I would have only been at this one. I would have still had 16.
But I had to go down because of the first threat too. And I went down like 2 points.
It
We'll
would have
see.
been the same.
But it's interesting here on the defense track too, which is important to point out that it does scale. So you start off with 16, 16. Because I looked at Josh the first time, I'm like, why is there, like, is that a misprint? There's 16 twice? And he made the point. He's like, no. He goes, the game doesn't punish you for getting hit once, but after you start getting beat up, it definitely scales to...
Yeah, the first one's a freebie. The next couple aren't too bad, and then it starts getting bad. But I will note, anytime you get attacked by a threat and you do successfully block it, you score a victory point. So you're always basically missing out on at least 1 point. Even that first time you fail to defend, you miss out on 1 point, and then every future time you miss out on that 1 point you would have gotten, plus you actually lose points.
Because you can't exceed the 16 max points in the defense track.
It never goes up.
So, okay.
So
All right.
we screwed up a couple little rules, but
But that's fine. You know what was really cool?
We'll see what happens in this round.
We have a really great opportunity to play, and a lot of you guys who have been with us for the spotlights have gotten to see a lot of prototype versions of the game. And what I think personally is really cool about the Spotlight show is that it allows you as viewers to interact directly with the designers and the publishers for these games while they're still in their, final developmental stages and their prototype stages. And if there's something that you guys really want to see, this is the right time to have your voices heard. Like, not to promote one show on another show, but when we did Legend of Korra and I absolutely killed Matt, that made that influenced those designers to add more cubes to the game as a whole.
Because you ran out of cubes in the middle of the stream, and everyone's like, "It's like that's a case scenario that happens 1 in 100 times." But we did it on stream.
But that's one of the great things with the pros. You're not going to see all of the game is mostly done, but there'll be a couple of things that aren't exactly polished. And it's just something to keep in mind and an opportunity for you as a viewer to think like, okay, well, what input can I add in this stage? It's my spiel.
All right.
That's what I got.
So we have all that ready. The only thing I forgot to do at the beginning was we get 4 gold and 4 influence to start with.
Whoa.
5
Okay.
gold and 4 influence.
5. All right.
5 gold, 4 influence. Is that what I heard?
Yep. And then we're gonna get ready to start this. So we begin the turn. We begin the game. It's right under John, but right here it says prologue, and we have this nice little turn tracker. Is that gonna be a
very
mini
much prototype.
Speaking of
Is
prototype,
that a cardboard cutout or a mini? Because it looked like the picture might be a mini, John.
I can't say.
You can't say. Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Well, we'll find out tomorrow,
Yeah.
maybe. 1 second.
So the prologue is different from the normal rounds in that the way that the order is going to go is that each of us is going to be able to pick one unique card. And there's certain actions that we can and cannot take. Like, you're not going to be able to take agent off of a board, right? Because there are no agents on the board because this is the first prologue round. It starts with first player, right? I get to pick the first one?
Yeah, you get to pick first.
Okay, so I'm going to pick first.
I will get to pick second. Stefan will get to pick third.
There's going
and
to be a
then you'll
lot
get
of
to
this
pick
me
fourth.
standing up,
I'll
so
be
I apologize.
fifth, and Anne will be sixth. So we're gonna go back and forth.
What I thought was really cool, another component of the game that we didn't really talk about, are these little cute flags. Could you put yours in the board, Cam? Hand cam? Yeah.
Oh, these.
Markers. So there are 9 of these numbered markers for each player, and what their purpose mainly is to help you to keep organized, which is so good for me. So good for me.
And if you could also grab 3 cards from that discard pile, those are going to be our starting blight. Just grab the top
Uno,
3.
dos, tres.
All right, and I'll show you those off in camera real quick.
Okay.
So these are going to be the 3 blight that come out to the tower that are going to be attacking us at some point.
Those look friendly.
Don't those look nice and cuddly? Okay, I am going to take the Mill Hollow landowner.
So I'll clarify for our viewers what they're doing right now is what's called the Prologue Phase, which is actually different than the normal 8 rounds that they'll play afterwards. The purpose of the Prologue is to sort of seed the starting deck with a number of advancements so that all the cards don't start the game blank, but the players are making decisions about what effects they're actually going to seed onto their own cards at the start of the game. Each player gets to pick 2 advancements, but they have to pick ones that weren't already chosen. So of the 10 options, 6 unique ones are going to get chosen to go into cards in this prologue.
And what I've done to indicate that I've selected the landowner is that I've put my flag here on top of the stack of cards, and then I'm just going to put this stack of cards back in their spot.
Going for bigger hand size already, huh?
Yes. I need to be able to do lots of stuff, John.
That's pretty much all me and her did. The both of us did during
Did you turn
our
the fan
game.
down?
I think at one point I had 4
Yeah,
farmers,
I think
so
you had
I
a
had
big
like
one.
5 cards. All right, so Stefan's picking his now. And if you finish passing out the money, or not the influence.
Oh, yeah, you guys want that, I suppose. Not just me.
You're not picking second?
Oh, I am second. Sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was doing. I was kind of going down the line. I will start with.
You can have these blue side up.
I would like the Professor Anne.
I'd like $1 million in $20 bills in brown paper bags and untraceable serial numbers, but you don't see me asking you for that, do you?
He's right in front of you, so.
Fine. Stretch with your little T-Rex arms.
All right.
And we also get to perform the action on these cards when we pick them, right, John?
Yeah, you get to do it. Yep.
All
Oh,
right.
I was just going to wait until we all picked our cards to do it, but no, you're just going to rush
No,
it?
yeah, you can just do it as you pick them.
Okay, so you put the professor, so you took one of your trained agents and you put it on Guildmark University. I have the landowner, so I'm going to take one of my trained agents. Secret Agent Man. And he's
See,
going
I got
to
this
go.
in your head now.
It is, I hate it. Slow down.
But I need money for my new trainee.
No.
A new frat boy.
Don't need your new frat boy. Okay. I put my agent on the farm town. You gave me 3 coins. Why did you give me
'Cause
3
I
coins?
trained a new agent.
Okay.
You
So,
paid to train a guy. You also get 1 money when you place a guy at the Mill Hollow Farm Town.
and did you get your 1 gold?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Anne's just forgetting to pay herself. That's why I made her the accountant. We'll work in our favor.
Alright, so I'm up now, right?
Yep.
So it is your turn.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go for spot number 1, the city treasury.
You're going to get some money.
Yep.
So, Anne, can you give him 3 gold?
I can.
And then you said you wanted to put one of these over there, right?
Yeah. Just to kind of indicate that it was taken.
There's your three
You
gold.
get to go
I
again. I think
So
you took.
picked, I was gonna get the Guildmark University, but you got that before I could.
You could go to the. You can get the guy to get new guild members.
Could.
On the next turn, you could pay 5 gold and just already have a new guild member. You already have the money for it.
He doesn't need you in his ear.
You do really like that effect, don't you?
I do. That was my favorite effect.
I love that. So
I have a thing during worker placements and things to buy pretty much all the workers I can as quickly as I can,
Yeah.
and do that. And that's just my. I don't know why that's my main go-to.
I'm
With
gonna do
that
the
kind of
Grand
games.
Library
Owning a bunch of cards in the central deck can be very powerful.
over here.
That's yours. What did you go for, Stefan?
I went for the Grand Library.
And that
Money, and then money conversion into points.
Yep.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
So.
And you can trigger that now if you want.
All right. Did you want to show that off really quick?
So
And I do have the money for it, right?
you do have 4 gold.
I have 8 gold.
You
Is
do
there
have
one for
8.
8?
No, it's 10. It's
10.
the next one.
Yeah, I'll do it right now. I'll do the 4.
do the 4.
Okay.
Here are your 2 reputation points, sir.
So just note when we upgrade them. So before, our normal citizen has just that, and then he has the blight. These upgrades are going to make these a lot nastier
difficult.
when they come out later in the game. So a full card can be pretty nasty.
Sweet.
Okay, Josh, it's your turn.
All right. I'm not gonna go with the guild guy right now because I don't.
'Cause why?
I need money. So the only other money thing is the blacksmith.
Forge.
So I'm gonna go bang on an anvil a little bit.
Bang, bang.
Is that what the kids are calling it nowadays?
So I'm gonna get 2 gold, please.
Fine.
And Anne, you get final pick.
I want to be able to get into the Watchtower, please, and thank you. So I'm going to take my Watchtower Lookout, and at the same time, I'm going to place 1 person right on in there.
Okay. So you're gonna upgrade 2 of your cards
Yes.
with the thing you just got.
Mm-hmm.
So
Did-
just-
We make the point that you start off the game with 4 gilded members. and-
I'm not sure if we mentioned. So you start off the game with
know?
3 citizens,
Mentioned it now.
which all have a 1 combat point, and then
Patrician?
patrician, which gives you an influence and a goodwill.
That's Josh's ready to party guy with
Yeah,
his
he's got
goblet,
of wine.
And then there's a bunch of cards in the starting deck that are all neutral, so they're unaffiliated with any particular guild, which is what Josh likes to do. Is absorb those people into his guild.
It's the cool kids club.
Drink wine
Yeah.
and be merry.
Drink wine and
Yeah.
be merry.
All right. So Stefan's upgrading 2 of his cards. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna take
Here you go.
2 of the cards you upgraded and 1 other card, and they're gonna go into our pile of deck, and then you're gonna take the one of the guys that you didn't upgrade, and it's gonna go in your guild hall to start with. So you're gonna start your turn with at least 1 guild member on your.
You should probably have that pile closer to you because you're going to
Okay.
be the one shuffling and
Well, I'll leave the discard pile over here. We'll just deal out the deck to the board.
so those are the neutral guys and my 3 cards.
What's that?
I've kept the citizen in my guild hall. Did I? No, I made a mistake. Can I have my patrician back? And here you go. Did I upgrade my patrician? No. I want my patrician, and you can take the citizen. Thanks.
All right.
I'll give you these.
So we all started with the patrician in our guild hall because
I'm just gonna put my board here real
we
quick.
all know the citizens are born.
Go do something.
Yeah. So this is my setup board. I have 2 agents out, or I would have 2 additional trained agents here. And you'll see that I have put my patrician into my guild hall spot. I like this purple. I think it's really pretty purple.
I think it's going to be blue. 'Cause it
You
said it was the
don't know
blue
what it's going to be
group,
because
and-
you're colorblind and you thought the gray cubes were pink.
But the book says blue.
But the book says blue.
All right. Just note, John, I am colorblind, so she's riffing on me for
Being colorblind.
Being
I'm picking
colorblind.
on him for his disability. It's what we do
All right.
nowadays, right? It's very 2018.
Horrible.
So Josh is filling what is called the street. So he's taking the top of the shared deck, and one by one he's placing the cards into these empty slots. So what's going to happen is at the start of round 1, we're going to draft our hand. And the way that you draft is from the side away from the deck towards the side with the deck, one by one. If you don't want a card, you can skip that card. And the way that you have to skip that card is you can take one of your influence tokens, and you would place an influence token, influence side up, onto that card, and that's how you indicate that you are skipping a card. You don't have enough influence, too bad, you're picking up the card. Then, when the next person comes along, this card will still be here, and they can say, you know what, I'll take the card. So I'm going to get this influence, and when I put it into my pile, I'm going to flip it over into the yellow or gold colored side, and now this is my Goodwill. So, for example, I'm first player.
So you're going to draw the one card in your guild hall because you have a card in your guild hall.
Yes, so I currently have a card in my guild hall. This is from the 4 that we were just going through. So this is 1 out of my 3 for my hand limit. The next card up belongs to the red guild. And I know that if I draw this card, if I use any of the effects on either of these cards, I'm going to have to pay Stefan $1.
Do it.
Well, I'm cheap.
Very cheap.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the influence marker here on that card, and I'm going to skip it. And I will take 1, 2, and this will be my hand limit of 3. So now these cards shift over to our left, their right, and fill in the empty spaces. What I'm going to do now that I've drawn my cards, which is just a recommendation, is I'm going to take... Don't slide. Okay. I'm going to take my cubes off of my threat zone, and I'm going to put them onto the pile of cards that I've used to make my hand. And this is a nice little reminder, because when we go from the assembly phase to the action phase, my first step in the action phase is to throw my cubes down the tower. I'm done talking. Y'all can play now.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Excuse me.
It's a lot. Sorry.
So it's my turn to go. And like, I would take Stefan's card, but like, it has the one ability I can't do anything with, which is pay gold to make points. It doesn't help
Are
me.
you broke?
I have a little bit of money, but not
I
like.
mean, it looks like you have 4. You could
I'm-
take it.
I'm not.
You could take it and use your money on that.
I'm not balling in money. But you know, I will take it, and I'll take your Goodwill from it,
You're a horrible
just
person.
because I don't
Just
want to
'cause
give Stefan 2 Goodwill.
He would get the. Oh yeah, he would.
And there's always the optional discard effect, right? So if you have
Yep.
cards in your hand that you're not able to use, you can discard 2 cards for no use that you didn't use, and do any one effect in the street as if it was in your hand. So even getting cards that aren't actually useful this hand, if you can translate those into something useful.
Yeah, which is what I'm probably going to do is discard 2 cards because it was a citizen I can't do anything with, and then the other card I can't really do anything with.
It's
So
really rude.
just yeah.
Rude.
Rude.
All right. So, Stefan, it's your turn.
All right. I don't think.
No, you did. One of your other citizens did come up on the board.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to use 2 influence to get to that one, you could.
Okay.
Or you could just draw your one guy from the guild hall and draw 2 cards. Up to you.
Oh, is it? Is it?
It is up to him.
He's allowed to.
I'm just a warm body.
You're just a warm
Yeah.
body.
I'm actually not going to pay any influence. I'll take these 2.
Okay. And then these are going to slide.
But you don't know what I have in my hand.
Well.
All right. So you're going to just kind of put that with the thread on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
That's
we know.
not his hand. That's the assembly phase. This is what you get for mansplaining to
I'm
Stefan
not
how
trying.
to play his game.
All right. Then we're going to count the threat that we got in our hands.
So you count the threat by looking at the cube icon in the bottom left-hand corner of the slot. I have 1 citizen with 1 threat. So I'm going to take 1 cube out of the bag. Josh
You've got-
has...
Oh, this is somebody else. Sorry, I
Yep.
thought that was your
this
hand.
This is my hand. I have 2 threat.
Josh has 2 threat. You can see each of them are on the citizen cards, or the citizen slots.
I got 1.
And Stefan has 1. So these threat cubes go directly into your threat zone section of your player board.
So that's what we're going to use next turn.
It's very ominous.
Yeah, so you're allowed to basically how that works is you get to look 1 round into the future to see how many cubes and what color cubes are coming. So it's
Still
sort
don't
of
see
a
purple.
gives you a little information to plan with.
And still did not draw any of the purple cubes. So she's cheating. And
She also
I'm
has the
not-
bag on the side.
yeah, she does have the
She can
bag.
take a peek really quick.
It just means there's going to be that many more purple coming out later.
Yep.
I know.
And she has the money too. Is this the right idea?
Guys, I have
I
no
couldn't
idea
manage
how
any-
this
all
10
of it.
coin got
All
in my
right.
pile.
So Anne, we're going
Yeah.
to the action phase.
Okay, so action phase. As I mentioned before, the first step here is I'm going to take those 2 threat cubes that
Wrong way. Don't look at that tower.
That make me nauseous. Okay, so I'm going to take the 2 threat cubes that I placed here on my player hand, and I'm going to make them go kerplunk.
All right.
So satisfying.
Isn't it though? So these are sometimes a little difficult to see so close to the edge of the tray. So let me scooch them back a little bit. You can see that 1 gray cube has gone here under the
Dark
dark
Knight.
agent.
Sorry.
And the other gray cube has gone here under the arch.
Archfiend.
Thank you. The reflection makes it a little difficult.
That's
and
one of the challenges of card crafting games is taking pictures of them because all the cards are plastic and they're all in sleeves, so you get all this reflection.
awesome shine.
That's what they made mate sleeves for.
Mate?
Matt.
Matt.
I can't speak today.
I like mate.
I like mate sleeve. Pretty much is what you're doing in card crafting. Your boyfriend, your girlfriend, now go in your home.
All right.
So our cube limit is 7. Could you go back to the tray?
I can.
Do it. It's the wrong way. Okay. So what we're looking for here, and these cubes will accumulate in these trays, is for one of these trays to reach 7 cubes. Obviously, both of them just have the 2 cubes.
They both have 1 cube.
Yeah. Whatever.
You have 2 degrees in accounting.
No, I have 1 degree
2
in
degrees
accounting.
in counting.
1 degree in accounting and 1 in management information systems. Only 2. I can count my 2 degrees though. Yeah. So that's
Okay.
this gets ominously put off to the side.
Okay. It's
Obviously.
not on camera. I don't know why you're moving it.
For my own personal mental
Okay.
clarity.
To see the screen.
I gotta look at my beautiful face,
Okay.
Joshua. If your face was this good looking, you would know the desire to watch yourself too. Alright. I can't be this cute. I am going to play my game now. So I have 2 patricians and a citizen, which means that
some
I have
influence
yeah
and
I can
some
get
goodwill.
I can get 2 influence, 2 goodwill, and 1 battle strength, but the battle strength's not really isn't going to do anything because I need to get onto the War Council in order to do anything with that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at the cards on the street, and there's a really cool discard mechanic in this game where I can discard 2 of my cards and not use their effects, and I can use one of the effects from any of the cards on the street just as if it were in my hand. Now, just as if it were in my hand also means that if I was going to use an effect from either of these 2 cards here, one for the red guild, one for the white guild, that I would end up paying my I was going to call you guys teammates. My opponents. See how much I care about you guys? I just immediately feel like
My
we
heart
won.
right
It's
here.
good. Thank you. I would have been paying them 1 coin for the opportunity to use the effect. So what I'm looking at really is my Watchtower, but I already have somebody on my Watchtower.
More defense. Defense all day.
They're not going to
'Cause
get
purple
nasty
cubes
until
are
it
coming
really
out, right?
turns. Yeah, really.
Exactly.
It's going to turn about round 4 or 5, I feel. So, okay, what? I'm going to pay Stefan. I'm going to discard 2 cards. I'm going to discard my citizen and my patrician, one of my 2 patricians. The discard pile is typically here, but because we have short arms, it's going to be by Josh. I'm going to pay Stefan 1 gold, and I am going to use the Treasury Officer ability effect, and I'm going to collect 3 gold.
Okay.
And then I'm going to collect an influence and a goodwill because of my patrician, and then that, sir, is the end of my
You
turn.
did not buy an upgrade, or you did not get an
Oh yeah, that's right. I
advancement
totally forgot
any of
about
your
that
cards.
stage. Okay. I also get to pick one of the cards.
And
Yeah,
perform.
every turn, each player gets to pick any one advancement they want to. It's free, so it's not like a game. It's not like Dominion where you pay to get advancements. Every turn, you just pick one and you get it and you sleeve it. You get to do the one you sleeve the turn you sleeve it.
I picked
It's
the
going to be a
farmer.
really weird clip now. So, Anne upgraded her patrician to be also friends with the farm owners.
Yes, the landowner. And now I'm going to use the effect of placing my one little agent on the farm. I'm going to take my dollar bills, y'all. And now that I have 2 agents on farmland, my hand limit is 4. Oh no, I don't get that back. I'm sorry.
You're done.
I tried.
That's the end.
I'm really sad now.
You did everything you could.
Okay.
All right. So, I'm up next. I'm also going to discard 2.
You're missing a very important part of your turn.
Oh, I got to give you my...
Kerplunk. Okay. Move the camera over. Move the camera over. That's still not the right way. Okay, ready, guys?
Uh-oh.
So the black cube has gone here, and
Which
now
is almost invisible because it's black on black.
it's here, I promise. We have 2 gray cubes here and 1 here. And I'd like to point out that there's no purple.
Again, prototype tower, so the visibility of the black cubes is something we are aware of.
Yeah. And I'm assuming the tower is going to look nice and pretty from what I've seen.
Yes, that's not going to be the final look of the tower. Just the same. It's going to be structured like that and work like that, but it will have it will be a little bit more artistic and detailed.
Do you guys know yet what material you'll be making the final tower out of?
It'll be made out of plastic.
Okay.
That's really cool.
Yep.
All right. So
It's
I'm
not going to be a cardboard tower.
I'm discarding these 2 cards I have, these 2 citizens.
You're not using your Grand Librarian?
I can't really do much. I mean, I could get 2 points with him, but I don't want that right now. Since I'm discarding this one, and it is Stefan's guild, it's going to go to his guild hall instead of the discard pile. So next turn, he'll get that card.
Booyah. That was my plan this whole time.
You're so devious.
So all that leaves me with is, so I'm going to activate ability. I'm going to activate the blacksmith because it's mine. I don't have to pay anyone for it. So I'm going to get 2 gold.
Fine. Fine. What if... All right, now hear me out. What if I give you 1 gold and I keep the other one?
That wouldn't be how this game works, and your win would be forfeited for cheating. And then last up, I have my partition, And I'm
There's
gonna.
still not an R before that T. A
Partition.
partition is when you separate
I know.
something.
I know what it is.
Patrician.
Patrician. Sorry.
It's sort of it's a noble. It's a lower class noble.
Josh sometimes has a difficulty pronouncing words, and
Yeah,
it's low hanging fruit on the let's pick
Yes.
on Josh thing. Like, oh, what's the name of the crab from The Little Mermaid? Why are
No.
you?
I completely spaced you out. I'm gonna buy my buddy at the.
Nayabari sometimes.
I'm gonna buy my buddy from Capitol Hill.
Sing the Bill song.
Oh
don't
man,
know
that
the
went
Bill song.
right to my head.
Yeah, this is what we did in our off-stream game, which should we should have probably streamed it because it probably would have been somewhat entertaining. So I've got the advisor, and I am going to send 2 workers off to Capitol Hill to go write a bill.
Sit near Capitol Hill.
And then I'm going to get an influence and a Goodwill. And I made about 50 Goodwill jokes.
Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah,
No?
that was the thing there. I'm not going to activate the Capitol Hall ability because I don't have
The 5 gold in order to convert.
Oh, I have the 5 gold. I don't have
Somebody
card
you
in my
want to
hand to do
sleep.
it, so I can do that next turn.
All right.
All right, Stefan. No
I'm
pressure.
not gonna forget this.
You're gonna do it. Wait.
Do it.
Wait. Ready?
I keep
Still
doing the wrong way.
way. That red looks nice against the black. Okay, so we have the red and black cubes both went into tray 1. So for those playing the home game, 3, 1, and 2.
Yep.
And still no purple.
Nothing bad yet.
I'm living on easy street.
Just wait till the bigger baddies come out and beat you up.
No.
Because it's all just gonna be purple cubes all day long.
No.
It's like, oh look, there's 7 purples.
It's really what's gonna happen. Oh, I'm gonna be so sad.
All right, so I've got 2 partitions.
Is that what we're just gonna call them
I
now?
guess it's now. Poor John. Like, look at these goofs ruining the names of my cards. He's crying on the
So-
inside.
I'll play both of those, right? And then Citizen does nothing because not really.
You could
But
discard
you-
2 cards
Oh yeah, that's
to
right.
activate an ability down there.
And
down the
you
street.
Right. Actually, thanks for reminding me about that. 'cause I
and
think I'm
2,
gonna do
you
that.
need to pick an ability.
Yeah, and you get to pick an ability too
Okay.
to upgrade. And I'm assuming you most likely would want to upgrade your own guild member then, some rando.
For sure. For sure.
I mean, if you're generous, you could just be like, "Oh, hey, you, here's this."
Well, I mean, where's the real backlash to
Watchtower
that? It's
Lookout.
only really at the end when you're doing points because you're not going to get the victory point for filling the slot,
But
right?
if someone else uses your card,
They're
you
gonna
get
get-
paid a gold if they use that ability, and then it's
Yeah.
also going to come to your guild hall, so it's going to give you that action. That brings it to you,
All right.
so you're more likely to pay them.
So I'll discard those 2,
Okay.
right? I'm gonna play my
Count.
my treasury officer.
It's actually a picture of Anne. Like, look at that.
That's what I look like during month-end close.
Actually, the other side.
That's what I look like when I wake
light
up in the
side
morning.
Is a better picture of her.
Nayabari says, so going later in turn order is an advantage since if others use your citizen cards... I missed the end.
No, because you don't get your citizen card till the next turn. I think that's what it's going through. If you get your citizen card to use.
Yeah, so anytime if somebody else has your card in their hand, they will use it or not use it. If they use it, they pay you for it, and at the end of their turn, it goes to your guild hall on your player board, and it ends up in your next hand in the next round. So you don't get it right away. You don't get it in the current round. So early in the round or later in the round doesn't matter in that respect, if that was your question.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice to play later in the round in those kinds of situations, though, because at that point you're collecting the money from
you
the
might get a
people
couple
for
extra
using.
gold.
Yeah, which is kind of nice because then it sometimes opens up some opportunities. Like if you're going to convert somebody into your guild, or if you want to buy the victory points, then the respect points, then That's
I
helpful.
think that's what Stefan's looking at doing is buying.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick up another Grand Librarian.
Okay. But did you get the 3 gold for?
Yeah,
Okay. I wasn't
did.
sure if she handed that to you.
No, she gave it to me right
I
now.
did my job.
She can give me
Thank you very
another 3.
much.
She wants.
So we got
No,
the
wait,
citizen
no.
with another Grand Librarian,
Yeah.
and you're gonna pay the 4.
Yeah,
for 2?
I didn't make the 10 this turn, so I will definitely do the 4 again
Okay.
and get 2 points.
Oh,
Right in there. There you
That was
go.
your job.
No.
I had to hand it to you.
Well, I should get that I should get that pen out that you put on the $100 bills to make sure it's not fake. I gotta make sure you're not
coins
getting
are
fake
supposed
money.
to bite.
Putting my my mouth. I don't know whose hands it has been in.
All right.
And then I'll get the 2 victory points from that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll take a 3,
You'll take a 3.
right? And then give you that.
There you go.
All right.
Ooh,
So everyone went.
I have
Yes.
31 victory points.
So first player token's gonna move
That's how that works.
to me.
That's how that works. Did Matt get a haircut?
I don't
No.
look as handsome as that. That was a wonderful compliment, though. Thank you.
So we're gonna go to turn 2, and we're gonna go
Yeah.
to. I'm gonna grab cards first. I will take the first card.
Do you have anything in your guild hall?
No, I don't have anything in my guild hall.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take the first card. I'm gonna spend 1 influence to skip the second card, which is Stefan's card, because I don't need that. But I get my other guild member,
There you are.
and actually, you know what? I will take Stefan's card.
Really?
Yeah, you want that treasury officer,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
I
worst
forgot.
case scenario, you're paying him $1 for $3.
Yeah, I thought I was only picking 2, and I thought I had something in my guild hall when I did it, and then I realized Anne's other card isn't that good, so I will take.
You say that now, but when you get attacked, you're gonna be really upset.
All right. So Stefan, it is to you to draw.
To draw.
Yes. So the first one is you check your guild hall. Do you have a card in your guild hall? And you do.
I do. So I get 2 more.
Yes.
So you get Anne's guild member. It's just not like not let her not. She'll still get
Can
one.
you listen? Nobody needs you over there.
We just kidnap all your members.
I
Let's
could.
not.
I could
What?
play the defensive play.
What? You guys are the worst.
Thanks for the hard work.
And you're still gonna get a guild member there. I don't know why you're so angsty.
Yeah, you have an extra hand size. You're gonna get 1.
What does that mean? Don't be jealous.
So you get
Don't
4
be
cards, right?
jealous. That's
And you have
correct.
nothing in your guild hall.
That's correct.
So you're just gonna grab 4.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You can't guild another player's cards.
No,
Nope.
you can't, once someone's been claimed in a guild, then you can't make them switch teams.
Gotcha.
And can you fix those cards for me over there?
I could.
I would really appreciate it.
Aw. You ask so nicely.
All right. So we're gonna build our threat. I'm gonna get 4 threat for my upcoming hand. So Anne.
I'm getting there. Take the threat that you currently have in your threat zone gets removed from your threat zone. You can put it right there on top of your pile. I've counted my threat on my cards. Oh, here comes the purple. I do have 4 for next turn, so I'm going to put those on my threat zone. I'm going to give Joshua his 4. These are far too many purple cubes.
I have 4.
4. And how about you,
I
Stefan?
got 4.
This is a lot of threat. Oh, you got the black and 1 red. And just as a reminder for everybody at home, the black cubes are like the everybody cubes, all.
So it's the beginning of my turn. Here you go. I'm gonna do it the right way.
Look
this
at
time.
you. You done did it. You done did it. All right, so we had 1 black cube fall in here, and I don't remember which the other one was, but now we have a red and a black, a red, and a gray.
All right.
Nothing triggers.
Nothing triggered yet.
Yet.
Dun, dun, dun.
Everything's gonna trigger next round
For sure.
because we're gonna throw 16 more thread in there.
Yeah.
I think the math makes it so.
Is that how many you got coming?
Inevitable.
And next round, yeah, this round's
Wow.
not bad. We're putting like
You have 12. We have 12 coming next round.
12. Sorry, 12.
Okay.
I was like,
Might be time to get some defense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all want to be in the watchtowers now.
So I have a treasury officer and a blacksmith, so I'm gonna get 5 gold.
Okay.
I have to pay Stefan 1 to use his blacksmith.
I feel like a Lannister already.
All right, so we got that going on. I have a citizen I really can't do much with. Actually, I can do something with. I'm gonna take my 2 guys from Capitol Hill.
Sit here. I can't.
Give
I'm
the
done.
citizen,
It's stuck in my head.
5 good old gold. And
Who are you sleeving?
I'm sleeping. This guy's name is Joe.
It's Joe?
Yep.
Yeah?
He works as a baker.
Oh, Joe the Baker.
Yeah, Joe the baker. He's
Guys, that's Joe the Baker.
he's gonna bring some loaves of bread with him. But he's also really good friends with the Watchtower.
Does he like bring them snacks after
Yeah,
he's
he
done
does.
baking at the end
Yeah.
of the day?
He brings off all the leftovers that he couldn't sell.
Bagel chips.
If you hunt one of the monsters at the tower, do the cubes there get removed? Yes, and that's
Yes,
how
they do.
you offensively, defensively prevent yourself from getting attacked.
All right, so
Yeah.
I upgraded with the Watchtower Lookout, and I put a guy on the Watchtower.
Now you're with me.
So I'm hanging out with you a little bit. And that is everything I do. I do have 3 attack power, but no way to attack anything. So, end of my turn.
End of your turn. End of the road, buddy.
And you guys gonna come over to your guild hall.
Thank you.
Look at you.
I know what I'm getting next turn.
Hopefully not attacked.
I don't think he can get attacked yet with 1 cube.
So the black cube has fallen into slot number 3. Oh, I forgot it's on my
You-
camera. I
yeah,
know.
you kinda
I know.
jumped
Pulled
the shark
trigger.
there.
I did. Sorry.
All right. Oh, wait, no. Derp. Okay, so I've got this. Watchtower Lookout. Probably a good idea to put something.
No, I think you
Right.
should all stay out of the watchtower.
All right, so
I heard Capitol Hills is nice this time of the year.
I don't think he can get the Capitol Hall unless he
No.
got to buys the thing.
no. So let's see. I'm going to definitely get on that watchtower.
Okay.
But I can do it multiple ways, right? I can do it either by playing the card or getting the card.
Or
yeah.
or you could put 2 people on the Watchtower if you wanted to.
I'm not that scared.
If you use the one in your hand, you're just gonna have to give Anna a gold coin.
Yeah. So if I take one from the pile, I can take any one of those, or I have to take the top one.
No, you can
Yes,
take
no,
anyone.
you can use
Okay.
any
Yeah,
position.
So if you
I
want a
figured.
middle or
Alright.
bottom, figure that out.
All right, cool. So I'll tell you what. Let me get. I'm actually gonna take one of those. Yeah. So let me get a bottom one.
Yep.
Thanks.
So John, if we run out of a certain position, does that mean we can't purchase that one anymore?
Yep. Yep.
All right.
There's a very meta strategy of trying to drain one slot just to restrict other people's options.
You need
But
to refresh his screen.
Hey guys, what's going on over here? Heard you're having a party. Who brought the wine?
Trying to be cool, I guess.
Oh, all right. And then I've got the gold to actually do the Grand Librarian again, which would be nice.
You've got all the points right now.
Seriously. I mean, I could also do this, right? I can discard these 2, play that last card over there, get the influence, and the Goodwill.
Yeah, you
Okay.
could.
As long as you didn't
Okay.
activate anything on those cards, yeah.
I have not.
Okay.
Because you used the
I
watchtower
used
from
Watchtower
the
that
other
I
one.
gained, yeah.
John, can you still hear us?
I'm gonna take that as a no.
I think that is a no.
Where did you go? He
He's like that
abandoned
middle guy.
us.
He sucks.
I'm out.
Bathroom break.
Done.
So yeah, and then I'll wait because my last move is so epic.
Is it though?
Mm-hmm.
Epic.
I don't even know.
To the void.
Skype does have a void.
So I was reading this, the instructions.
Mhm.
And I thought it was very funny because, like, it's called the Blight.
Mhm.
So it was immediately like, are we playing Dragon Age?
Dragon Age Blight. Huh. I don't know why. What are the guys called, or the what do they call in Halo? The
I
are they called
didn't.
Blight? No, they're not the Blight.
No. Dragon Age is the Blight. Halo. You know what? Here's the thing. I get mad at FPSs. So my son plays them, but I don't.
Yeah. No, I mean it's been a while. I just remember because they were like the scarier part of the game for me because I was like, oh yeah, aliens.
They're like
no
little like.
And well, they reminded me of the aliens from Half-Life. So you know they're kind of like they start jumping at me, and I'm like, all right, I'm done.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Destiny and the Destiny enemies
Okay.
are the Blight also.
Which ones are those? Because they have the different like bad guys too.
The
It's been
those
such a long time since I
are
played Destiny.
the something king, the something king.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I remember it. Yeah, those are kind of like the same thing too. You have to go through those dark caves,
Yeah.
and I'm like, nope.
Look,
nope,
I
I'm
remember
noping out
playing
of
video
this.
games as a little kid, and you'd go into the dark scenes, and I'd go and adjust the television settings so you shoot the brightness all the way up on the screen, so that it's not dark anymore.
I would play like the older Resident Evils, and they would have you adjust the brightness. Like,
No.
keep going.
I can't.
Keep going.
That's how you
Adjust
cheat it. You
Adjust it
cheat
in
it.
the game.
Yes.
And then adjust it on the
So-
TV as well. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, but it's like a bright white light.
The sun's coming at you. There was a couple of questions about whether this was a CCG or a deck building game, and this is what is called a card crafting system game. And John actually also designed Mystic Vale, which is another AEG game, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the first game to really use this card crafting system where you're picking up components of a game. Oh, and it was really cool. I got to interview Todd Rowland at Gen Con, and we were talking about Mystic Vale, and one of the cool points that he brought up was just how much effort it took them with the graphic design and the artwork to ensure that all of the characters were in a pose such that no matter which card you put in there, the item was like appropriately in their hand. Like you could put a sword or an axe behind the character and it would still look like it was an appropriate placement for that object. So that's really cool. I think that this is one of the cooler things in board games now, that kind of almost modular, I would think.
Yeah. Mystic Vale is definitely on my buy list. Before that, for card crafting, or actually spell crafting, if you've ever played Battle Wizards and
No.
Skullfire, it's very similar. So you have to like create a spell in 3 different sections.
Oh, Nightbright, correct me. We were talking about custom heroes for that. Sorry, but yeah, which is another AG game.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, you'd make the spell and then use that to attack either one wizard or multiple wizards, depending on how powerful you made the spell. That's pretty cool. I knew that I would like that, and then when I started reading about what this game was about, I was like, yeah, definitely looking forward to playing it.
A lot of fun. Oh,
I like it already. What are we, turn 2?
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? The game. Oh, John is back.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
He went out into, what did you call it?
He was going through the
void.
tunnel.
Ah.
Sorry, reception's bad right now.
I knocked over. Oh, I knocked over the
We
monsters.
might not even have to fight them. You're just
Look, Lucy came over in the other game. The cat, Lucifer. That's it. I'm done. He came over
There's
in the
no
other
way you
game.
can fit him in the tray. Maybe just like at the.
I could, but then it would block, like... Shh.
It's prototype.
We'll just wait for it to fall again.
It's
Thanks,
the
Devin.
bigger, blacker cube tower.
So Stefan had an epic move
Yeah.
that he wanted to wait for us all to see.
You don't even know.
You don't even know how epic it is.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pay 4 gold to get 2 victories.
This is not exciting! I was hoping for epic and exciting.
Really? You see me gaining gold and spending gold in this effort? You expected something else?
So I want to make a note. Stefan has filled out his first card.
Hey,
And just to take a note, when this comes out as a baddie, it's pretty nasty.
Thanks, Stefan. I hope it
yeah,
attracts
the threats get aggregated, so that's a 5 strength threat. And if you kill it, you get a bunch of bonuses, though.
you. Yes.
That was my strategy the whole time.
So it's gonna come out later when all the purple tokens.
No,
come out,
it's
and
not.
destroy.
Listen, and then I'm gonna wreck it, and then I'm gonna get all the bonuses.
I remember you getting short one every time when you wanted to go wreck
I
one
know,
of the
it's
big
very
guys.
frustrating.
It's like, oh, you got 4, you need 5.
And I couldn't even make it. Not with the blacksmith. Not with nothing. It was very tough.
All right.
Okay.
So
Is it
that's
my
the end
turn?
Of yeah.
Awesome.
It's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna add my one little gray cube. Wait, ready?
Ready for it?
All ready for it? It's gonna be epic.
Oh.
How many cubes are over there?
That's going to 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Getting close.
5, 2, and 3. Because the threat has this color on it, does that count as an additional cube for them? No.
No.
Okay. So I have a bunch of... really, I've got a bunch of blank cards. Okay, so I'm going to grab an advisor, and I'm going to put it here on my farmer's one.
Is it a college advisor?
It
He's
is...
helping out with your classwork. before
Yeah,
forcing
you
to take
know,
next
he's really
semester?
trying to help me with which class. I don't know why I'm giving it to you. Honey, he's going to, he's...
Ann, are you sure
What am I
counting
doing?
is...
You sure you want to be an accountant?
is
You have an issue, you get into the number 5.
It's not nice, guys. It's not nice. Oh, man, you know what? I lied. I'm doing an undo. I'm getting my undo. All right. No, I don't want that one. What I want is I want to get to the university, so I need a professor. I don't want that one. I want the one from the bottom.
So she went to the advisor instead of the professor. That's
I was trying to
kind
go
of
above
a
his
big
head.
mess up.
Listen, school's really new to me. I got really confused. I don't think it's very nicely picked of me. Okay. So I'm going to the university, professor, and I am
University of
going.
Phoenix?
Yes, University of Phoenix
They
online.
go bankrupt.
I'm going to place my
sure.
one trained.
She still goes.
I still go. I still go, even though it's
My
bankrupt.
professor will be here eventually.
She's actually sending someone to the school. The online school.
Look,
Physically.
it's good.
All right. And are you paying the 3 gold since you put...
I'm currently stacking
agent.
meatballs. Yes, I'm gonna play.
That's not the game we're playing.
Is this not Rhino
This is
Hero?
not, I don't think there's a dexterity element to this game.
John, this is what you need to add to the game.
Right, yeah. That's what it's missing.
Meeple stacking. Okay, so I took one of my untrained agents and I made him a trained agent after I paid 3 gold, and I paid 3 instead of 4 because, as you can see here, I have a purple guy one of my purple trained agents on my university. Now I can discard a single card to recall somebody.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to.
As long as you use none of the abilities on the card, you
On the
can
card.
discard it to bring a guy home.
Okay, I am going to. I've already drawn my
You still haven't
card.
used your farmer ability yet. Just noting that on that one card.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can put him out there. All right. I'm gonna place him out here.
Looks like they're getting ready for like a super ultra chicken fight.
I think the 2 guys at the university are doing it like a keg stand or something.
They are. But it'd be more like this. I need a keg. I don't have one. Okay. For now, what they're doing is they're not acrobats. All right, whatever. I'm done with my joke.
I
My
don't
joke
know.
died. I'm letting it
Dead.
go. Dead. All right, I'm taking my 1 gold as a farmer.
She's trying to
Discard.
sell a Circus LA in the farmland.
I'm
That's
trying,
what she's
guys.
trying.
More like circus, no way.
It's messed up. That's
All
really
right.
messed up, guys.
I only get 1.
What is on? That's your card. What's on the bottom of your card? Place 1
That is the...
university.
that's the professor you just bought. You bought a professor.
I bought a professor. All right, I am going to discard this citizen, which I've done nothing with. Look at my dragon. Look at how cool he is. He's freaking out. It's
All right,
great.
and who are you removing from the board?
I'm taking my guy back from the university.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get an influence and a goodwill. And I don't want to take anybody else back because if I take somebody from the farm town through the discard procedure, I don't get the same 3 gold coin benefit that I would get if I did it through the farming.
You take your guy back from the Watchtower. He's not saying there's nothing coming up.
I'm going to die.
I don't see any purple cubes out.
No, next time I'm going to have 4 purple cubes. And what if my luck...
I call all the purple cubes
1, 2,
to the right.
3, 4,
next,
5.
Next drop.
No, I'd still be good, right? So Josh is going to get murdered here. I'm just telling you where Josh is getting murdered. Or we're all getting murdered.
Find out.
Sorry, we're in the Watchtower. Nothing to worry about.
That's true. Okay, these can all go to the discard pile.
All right. That's the end of that round.
That's the end of that round.
First player token's going to move to Stefan. Round 3.
Fight!
Okay, man.
So Stefan,
I'm not Sub-Zero? No?
You're going to get your one guy from the guild hall,
Okay.
and then you're going to draw 2 cards.
That's a dog.
That's in there. So ties attack both people when a threat attacks. I believe that's correct, right, John? So if,
Yep.
like
Yeah,
I was
so if-
mentioning in the tray.
Yeah, if there was multiple cubes tied for the most, or multiple colors of cubes tied for the most, all the tied colors would get attacked. And black takes precedence, so if black is tied for the most, then everybody gets attacked. If the colors that it's tied with don't get attacked twice.
I was really disappointed because I believe when you got attacked, Josh, you had a tie with the black cubes, and you thought, I saw the panic on your face when you thought for a second that he was going to get attacked twice.
I just think, I said there might be a slight chance, but I think it's only once.
I was very disappointed.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I
not
was
that
winning.
brutal.
All right, so we just ran out of cards in the deck, so I'm shuffling to get our last agent in the street. And it's going to be your turn up next to go.
Oh,
No, you're not first.
did you already draw? Am I not paying attention?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Stefan already did everything.
you're
He's
not
on,
first, you're
he's on his game.
If you're not first, you're last. Thank you, Ricky Bobby. Okay. Man, y'all have so many of your cards out.
You should totally take one.
I should totally not take one.
I mean,
Boring.
You can have another professor if you want.
Come on, you know you totally
He'll
want
give
to
you
pay
a
for
lesson.
That
Then counting.
the attack value. For what's it called? Battle.
That.
Battle.
You know what the coolest part of this is? The guy that made the game. It's right there. You could ask him.
Well, sorry, what's the question?
He's being shy.
I'm not. I'm just trying to find out what the
name of the
name for the sword the sword icon is.
Battle strength.
Battle strength. Yeah, I knew that. I was
Just
it.
testing. Okay, I get to draw 4 still because I've got my Cirque du Soleil at the farm. And so I also have pretty decent amount of influence. I'm going to skip that. 1, 2, 3. Your stupid top one is a blue one too. Why?
Why are you skipping the citizen?
That one's...
All right, just give me the influence. That's fine. I'll take your goodwill. Here.
What if I want to use it? But now I can have the Watchtower and use that. I could discard yours. No, you're right. I'll just take it and discard it. Throw it. Throw Stefan's
Alright.
citizen to the
can I
I
wind.
totally need that.
Just give me that. Or I'm just gonna take these 2, and then
Totally gonna attack next turn. Thanks for ruining that.
Oh man, I picked up this blue citizen too. What am I doing with these
That's you.
cards? And everybody else's team.
no, you are blue.
I believe it.
Don't tell him this.
Purple.
Yes.
All right. I need one more card. What is Gar? I'll take Stefan's Gilded member.
Didn't see that one coming.
It's full plate.
Yep.
You wanna?
Alright.
I got tiny T-Rex arms.
Keep reaching.
Why are you always angry?
All right. So I gonna build 3, 4, 5 threat.
I will be right back, guys.
No
Okay.
problem, John.
You're gonna build 5 threats?
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is for Josh.
Stefan, how much threat are you building this round?
Was that?
How much
1,
threat you
2,
building?
3, 4.
I'll be building.
Oh, man.
Derp. 1, 2,
Don't think the answer's
3,
4.
4.
I'm gonna get murdered.
So Stefan needs 4 threat to.
One, 2, 3, 4. There you go.
All right. So Stefan, you're up first.
All right.
Throw the. Let's
Throw them bones.
Throw them bones. Wait. Everybody's gonna want to see us get killed.
I'm calling 2 in
He's
the middle.
throwing 3 blacks and a red, so
Can you
we're
put
not
it
gonna be
up
able
a
to see where
little,
any of
Josh?
them go. What?
Put it up a little. There
I'm
we go.
calling
All
2
right.
in the middle, 2 in the right.
Yeah? Is that right or this right?
The other right. Totally did not.
So what do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So no attacks yet.
So no attacks yet.
Next turn.
It's gonna be 2, 3, or 3. Or maybe all of them.
Put all at once.
A triple threat match.
Oh my god, I hope it's not the all ones. I gotta look at these again and figure out what my chances are that I'm gonna get involved in this tangle.
Why?
This could be an all. If that's a red or a purple, that could be an all. The other ones I think I'm good with.
You're gonna get beat up. It's okay.
Man. Alright.
All right. So Stefan, what are you doing with your rest of your turn?
All right. So
You didn't trigger the blight.
I did not.
Congratulations.
I feel like a hero. I think I'm gonna increase that cash flow. So I will get 3.
All right. So you're playing your treasure.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can buy an upgrade.
Yeah, that's right. I want to make sure I can do that. Yeah, I'm gonna get another Grand Librarian,
All right.
and I could put it here, right, and still use the ability.
Yep.
Right, okay, cool. So,
Just can't
you know-
overlap anything you already purchased.
because you know you took the one that I needed.
Josh.
I'll get it next turn.
Good going.
Things happen.
Way to go.
So, first one was that. Second one is, I mean, you can keep the 3, because I'm just gonna give you 1.
Yep.
So I'll make the 4. Give me 2 points.
You really are racking it in with the points.
Well, I'm gonna listen to what the game designer told me to do.
I think that's a good idea.
Ann and I don't have any points.
And then for the 2,
I'm back.
Hey!
Welcome back, John.
I heard somebody's listening to what I recommended.
Yes.
Yeah, Stefan is. He's got 8 points.
Yeah, you're just going money to the points conversion.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
As
Ann
long
and I
as,
have-
long as you also do some defense, that will get you a decent score. But you have to,
Yeah,
and make
so-
use of other people's cards as you're going and stuff.
So usually what I like to do with these games, and I did the same thing with Dominion, is I have a friend who's like loves like engine building, like he'll just string combos together, right? So I'll just go for like something that's easy, so I can pay attention to his strategy and then use
Yep.
it against him the next game.
Ooh.
Take all his cards, and then he's like, "I have nothing to do," and like, sucks to suck.
Sorry.
So, John, what's the average score for a game?
The average score for me or the average score for... No, I'm kidding.
For a normal person who didn't design the game.
That's good.
So I usually see someone in the low 50s win the game when it's a bunch of new players.
Okay.
Wow.
Means we sucked.
We did get a couple.
What'd you get? You got
Rules
49, right? That's
yeah.
not
Yeah.
uncommon. That's a pretty normal score for your first game.
All right.
Can I get
Yep.
influence and goodwill?
What are you doing with these guys?
And you also
I'm gonna
it
discard
sounded
those
like you
two, so you
shortchanged
can
yourself of a
use-
couple points if you were taking more damage
Right,
from the
can I do
threats
that?
than you
Oh,
should
yeah,
have.
you can use that.
Yeah, maybe
Surprised you
maybe
didn't
just a
grab
few
more money.
points.
More money? What do you mean?
Because
Could've
I think
used
I
the
was only.
blacksmith.
I think I wound up in like
So you have
12.
maybe one.
I don't have the
So
one
maybe
that
2
you
more
need.
points or something.
I
Yeah.
think I would need the
Yeah.
money first.
Yes,
to
you
pay.
do.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. I'll
Okay.
use this for now. I'm pretty sure it'll be useful for me later.
All right. And is that the end of your
Clutch.
turn?
That'll be the end of my turn.
All right. You ready to see me set something off?
Rolling.
Set it off on the left, y'all. Set it off on the right, y'all.
Oh,
Jock jams?
There's not.
90s?
sorry.
There's not enough water left to drink to get through that one.
May I please? I need.
Oh, you need
Yeah.
Anne's attacking everyone now.
I mean, I'm not. I'm just.
Is anything close to attacking?
Oh, yeah.
they all are.
So we have 6, 3, and 5.
Oh
She's
yeah,
throwing
this
4
could
in
pop
there.
2 of them right now.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
And it did. Ha!
It did. Okay, so this is the Dark Agent, which has an attack of 2. And we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 8 cubes in here. So our winner for this round by 1 cube is Stefan.
Yo, I'm just trying to make money. Why is everybody attacking me?
Ah. So Stefan, you're gonna get attacked, but it's okay because you have somebody in the Watchtower. So if you take that agent back, it will nullify the attack, or it'll offset the attack.
And you score a point whenever something attacks you and you successfully defend it. You score 1 victory point.
I think we shorted ourselves points for that
Yeah,
too.
we did. So we probably would have been around in the 50s.
Okay, I feel a little bit better
Yeah,
about
both
myself.
50s. Yeah.
So there's absolutely no chance it's happening to me on the third one, right? No.
What's the high? Is black or
Well,
Black is
Correct.
all,
black?
and
is
right
all?
now in here they're tied. So we're all gonna get attacked.
in that last one, right?
Yep.
Yes.
The outcome's going to be the same either way if you defend. You're going to be able to
No,
defend
no,
one
I
of
know.
them.
I just wanted to see.
And
what
we're
the-
getting attacked in the third one with the
So
Archfiend.
let's grab the one
which
that's
has the
attacking
strength of
Stefan
3.
so I can show it in.
I mean, they're
I
all.
have this card cam right here.
I forgot about that. Hey, how about that? Here, you
I
want to
can
put
show
him up in there too?
And this is the other guy that's going to be attacking.
And no matter
everyone.
what, defending you, if you are successful in the defense, you gain 1 victory point, no matter what
Yeah.
blight that was, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the points listed on the blights, you get those points if you actively go hunt the threats and kill them.
Gotcha. Okay.
You only if you successfully defend against an attack, you just simply get 1 point.
Okay. So Stefan, you're going to block one
So,
of the 2 attacks, right?
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna just for flavor. I want to block the one that looks more dangerous.
You get a point, as
Ah.
in you get
I'll let the
a.
first one through.
Or a reputation, the little shield icon, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You get
So
one of
not
those.
on. It doesn't reverse back up your defense track.
No, it doesn't push your defense track back up. The only direction that will ever go is down.
Okay.
Okay. So Dark Agent comes,
Slaps me in the face.
Oh, are you telling a story? Because this
slaps
is
Stefan
usually.
in the face.
Says, "Give me your money. I have none."
He's like, that's some nice money you don't have anymore.
Yeah.
But you have some nice books there, so I'm going to take those.
Nerd.
Yep. And then
4 eyes.
Return
the
on
arch,
time.
the Archfiend comes, but we're all at the Watchtower, and we're all saying no to it. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep.
You're nope.
I'm noping right out of that.
We poke it away from the Watchtower.
So.
Bye.
So now the cubes do not go back to the bag, I learned. The only time the cubes go back to the bag is when the bag is empty. So I'm going to hide them behind the tower there. And we're going to take the 2 bottom cards from the deck.
From the drawed pile.
Yes. Oh, you're
And
putting.
we have these 2 nasties.
Thanks, Stefan.
Oh, so bigger cards.
Yes.
So we have Dark Agent with the Muse of Knowledge, which is if you beat her, you get 2 points, or you can
1 point and sleeve a contact on a card in your hand. Can
kill
you
someone.
play that effect on the contact immediately if you get that
Yeah.
bonus?
Yeah, so if you go hunt and kill this threat, you're going to get the points listed and the sleeve and advancement, and then get to do that advancement. So this is a way of getting 2 advancements in 1 turn.
That's cool.
And then
And somebody made this card better, right? It's a
Yeah.
neutral card.
it's a neutral card.
And when you guys made this card better, you also made the bad side worse.
That's
You
there.
didn't tell me that
Good
was
job.
gonna happen until after the fact.
And then our other character is that other archfiend, and then the deceitful counselor.
Deceitful.
Deceitful. I can't.
no, disciple.
English. You can't English.
Can't English.
You
Which
can't
is
English. You can't math. What can I do? Or can't?
science.
Science?
I don't know.
Come on, Bill Nye.
All right, so we got those up on the board there, and maybe they'll come out. Oops.
Geography?
Yeah, geography.
I don't think a lot of people can geography.
That is.
I definitely can't geography.
I can't drive a block radius around my house without knowing where I am unless I have the GPS on.
My coworker is from Guyana, and my other coworker, during the Kim Jong Un and Trump debacle,
Oh God.
asked my coworker if they were very worried for their hometown, thinking that they were from Ghana, which still has nothing to do with any of that.
No. Have you seen them where they try to have people point out where North Korea is on a map?
Really?
Yeah, and most people can't. They have no idea where it is.
That would be me.
Yeah. Like,
Tom Lips' outstanding artwork on the cards for this game, which I
Yes.
definitely agree.
all right, so. And did you finish? You just threw the thread in.
haven't
and
done
You
anything.
got us all attacked.
Yes.
She
that's
went
correct.
and poked all the fiends.
Uh-huh. Yes. Hi, that's me. I'll be over here.
Attack me, you won't.
Okay, I am...
Catch me outside. How
Catch
about
me
that?
outside, how about that? I want to do stuff and things.
I think that's what your little farm town's doing right now.
Stuff and things.
Can you guys
No,
farm
sir-
something instead
no.
of standing on...
Look, this is how you reach the apples on the top of the apple tree. Human ladder.
Thing is, you
OSHA
are growing
complaint.
watermelons there, not apples.
It's a watermelon farm?
Yeah.
How many fantasy lands do you know where they grow watermelons?
Not enough.
It's either corn or pumpkins. It's like fall themed stuff. Yeah? Cool. Cabbage, lettuce.
Come on, what?
Sarah, what are you doing with your cards?
I'm going to sit here with my analysis paralysis. How about that? Okay, I want to... Oh, man. Okay, I want a war council person.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Bottom?
Yeah. War council member. Hello. How
Ant's
are
gonna
you?
go on the war spree and start trying to kill some of this stuff. Only probably for that bit, like fall and just sort.
Shut up. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I have 3 battle strength right now. I could take out the middle guy. I'm 1 short for this one.
Yep.
And
That one's 5.
That one's 5.
You should totally take out the middle one. You'll be my
Did
best
you
friend
sleeve
forever.
something yet this turn?
I
Yeah.
sleeved my war council member.
Ah.
So
Yeah.
I can get 2 people on there this turn and then take them off, but I don't have enough battle strength.
You could put the 2 down and just leave them for next round.
Yeah, but is it worth it to spend an influence to put the 2 down if I'm not going to do it until next turn?
You're not gonna get that card.
Yeah,
again
if you don't
unless
expect to have if you think you're gonna have to sleeve another war council next turn to do it, if you have the influence to spare, it's worth it.
All right.
Because then
Ooh.
next turn you could sleeve, for example, you could start preparing either the deep hollow border town for big attacks, which is a really good way to get a lot of points all at once. Or you could sleeve a blacksmith instead for that extra 1 attack strength, which might give you 4, so you could kill the really good threat card that takes 4 damage.
I was going to say that there's a blacksmith on the street, so I could discard 2 to use that power. But I mean, I do have 1 patrician that I could discard, which isn't going to impact my battle strength. But my other 2 are citizens with 1 battle strength.
So yeah, it won't do anything good. I would probably prepare this turn. I would put guys on the war council and leave them there, and then plan next turn or the turn after to get a really big attack.
That sounds like a good idea. I think I need
Generally,
another.
generally how the math works out is if you attack small threats, you don't. So the first damage you do to a threat gets you nothing essentially, and each subsequent damage you do to a threat gets you either a victory point or some sort of reward. Um, so killing a lot of little threats is less efficient in terms of getting points, but you can be efficient if you're killing threats that have a bunch of your cubes on them and you use it in defense. But if you're not under threat currently from something attacking you, it's better to plan for a big attack against a large threat because that has a better sort of investment to points ratio.
I forgot to dole out the reputation points for defending against the second attack. I realized this when I looked down and realized I had no reputation points. But I need more trained agents, I think, in order to really get into the border town to do that. Now, I can recall my one guy off the farm town. I'd hate to do that because then I'm giving up the 3 gold pieces that I could get if I got him off
using 2 cards so you can activate your farmer down there.
Oh, that's a great idea. Look at you. I'll keep you around for something. All right. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to... Do I want to put somebody on the Watchtower now? I've got to get another agent trained. I have to get another agent trained, but I can't do that now because I've already chosen the War Council card. So I'm going to have to keep that in mind for next turn. So I don't still... Do I really... I need to send an agent to the university, so I need an agent in my trained agent spot in order to send one next turn. So I think that for right now, I'm just going to recall that one. I'm going to use the farm. Okay, I'm going to discard these 2 cards to use the farmer ability off of my card on the street, and I'm going to take my 1 trained agent back, and with it, I'm going to get 3 gold pieces.
Let's bring that money home.
Dollar bills.
Watermelon farmer.
Yes. No, he got tips for his circus act. Seriously.
Maybe that's why he got kicked out.
No.
I'll give you 3 gold to leave.
Then I'm gonna.
This more than we do.
I'm gonna pay my 2 influence, which are the blue side of the coin, and I'm going to place 2 people on my War Council. So I've used my War Council. I don't need to use my Watchtower Lookout. I would if I had a second agent, but I don't. A second available agent, but I don't.
You have 1 agent available. What's wrong with it?
Well, because if I put this guy in the Watchtower, I'm going to want to leave him there. But I really need another one for Guildmark University so that I can have 2 open agents on the border town so that I can pull 2 off to have 3 additional strength so that I can combine them when I use my hunt strength to attack the thing.
Sure.
So you don't need an agent. You don't need an agent to do the Guildmark University.
Yeah. It just makes it cheaper.
You just need. You could just pay the $4 instead of getting a discount.
Well, that changes things.
Ha.
Okay, yeah, then I'm going to put him on the Watchtower.
Okay.
Okay, so then I'm going to get 1 influence and 1 goodwill from my patrician. And then I will give you these cards. And
it's
my
my
turn
turn
is up.
finally?
Yes.
All right. So let's see if the middle one activates on this.
I hope it does. I really hope it does. No. 1, 4, and 2 lonely purple ones. Makes me a little nervous.
Yeah, that one's coming for you, Ann.
It is. Not unless I get it first.
All right. So we got that going on. I have a bunch of my citizens. So what are we going to do here? All right. I'm going to activate my professor. I'm going to put another guy, another frat boy out. So I get to pay 2 gold to get a new trained agent because I have 2 guys on there.
Yep.
So that one's done. I'm gonna send someone out to the lookout tower because I'm bringing them more loaf of breads. That's that golden guy. Dude. It's the end of
Joe?
the workday.
That's
yeah.
Joe?
Joe's going back out.
What's really nice, Josh, why don't you show what you're doing with your cards? I think that's really important. So what Josh is doing with his cards, like I mentioned before with these tokens, is as he uses one of the abilities, he puts one of those markers on the slot, and that indicates to himself, like, all right, I've already done this. And he's doing it in number order, like I did this first and second, but I think that's just...
Well, so one of the uses of those tokens, the tokens can be used in two ways. They can be used the way you're using them, which is to mark things as you use them. But the rules will also recommend that if you want to, the numbers on the tokens can be used to plan your turn in advance. So while someone else is taking their turn, you could start saying, all right, I'm going to do this one first, I'm going to do this one second, and you can actually plan out your turn in advance. So when your turn comes around, you sort of thought it all out, and you can then just execute it.
It's really helpful. Did you get the prison warden?
Yep, I got the prison warden.
That's cool. Now if you could put it...
So I got the prison warden, and I'm going to use that to one of my university guys.
Yeah.
Sees all the fun you're having at the farm. Can join you.
No! You can come sit in the audience. That's what he's doing.
I'm not tipping.
What?
Um,
I'm working hard for the money. Strict hard for the money. Thank you.
and I'm not going to use anything from the card I have. I don't want to bring any agents back. So I'm going to leave it at that. So
I missed Nyabari's question.
He's asking if there's a location you guys haven't used yet that would be useful. And I think you guys haven't used the Deep Hollow Border Town yet, which is the way to get a lot of attack strength all at once. It takes more planning though, and I think, Anne, you're starting to plan for that, right?
Exactly.
all right, so that's the end of all our turns. We're going to round 4, so we're halfway through.
Round 4.
And is our first player, so she's going to draw 4 cards because she has 2 people on the farm still.
Yes. Jeez Louise. Why do I... Okay. I don't want your card. 1, 2...
Taking my guy.
Can I use the Deep Hollow border in the same turn that I put the guys on?
You would need 2 of its effects. So the first time you use it, you get to place guys. The second time you use it, you get to pull them and get the attack strength. So if you had 2 of the Militia Chief cards, you would be able to use 1 to place them and use the other to pull them.
And I'm only going to have 1, so I am going
So
to...
it could be another planning turn where you place down 2 guys, and then next turn you can execute it all at once to get a big attack. I don't know if you have enough agents to pull that off, though. You're a little stretched right now.
Yeah.
That's why you just use prisoners.
That's true. You could start using. That's the other one that you guys haven't used yet. You could start making use of the prison guard or the prison warden.
That's the card I actually just bought.
Can I have
Oh, nice.
the top?
Yeah, that one can be really strong. Give you a lot of flexibility.
So what is the top option there? I know you can move one guy around.
Or you can use one of your on-train agents to put them on, and then they're going to stay there till the start of your next turn. This is where Anne gets all the AP.
I know.
Did you get your 4 cards?
Yes.
All right. So it's my turn next. I will grab the... I will spend 1 influence to skip this one. And I'll take Anne's card. Can I have the other 2?
That's a nice card.
Yep.
Oops, sorry.
It's okay. All right, so I have mine. These are going to shift.
Pillamar is asking what time is the Kickstarter starting tomorrow?
Noon Eastern.
Noon Eastern time.
So I've counted out that my threat for next turn is going to be 3. I have my 4 threat tokens on top of my hand. There's nothing really fantabulous on the street.
Yeah, the street's kind of barren. But Stefan still has to get his 2 cards, so
Alright.
that's going to turn into a Goodwill.
Oh, okay, nice.
All right, and let me shift that down.
Sure.
We got a little bit of something there. We got the Watchtower, and
That's
we got
that's a nice card.
That's a nice card.
Preserve.
If you got the influence to get to that one, that'd be nice. But that's a lot of influence. You'll have to pay for it.
Yeah. That's the prison, and what is on the bottom?
It's the Professor.
That's how you train new guys.
So, and I need 3 threat for next round.
Okay.
I'll take 3 as well.
Okay. 3.
1 of each color.
And 3. All right, guys, you ready?
Yeah. Oh. Anything close? Set off.
This one has 4, so if I get 3 in there,
Okay.
and if it's 3 purple, I'm in trouble.
Oh, oh,
For real?
Call that really quick.
For real?
Hey, how big is it though? You have a guy in the Watchtower.
No,
You can
you're
defend
fine.
that, right?
I mean, I
Yeah,
do.
it's just the 3.
Yeah, it's just a 3, and I can.
Yeah,
I can.
that's actually not bad for you because you can block it and now you get that guy back, so he's available again.
I mean, it's a. Man.
You get a point for blocking.
I do. It's just my luck. And these 3 cubes for now, until the bag is empty, at least, are out.
How close to that?
That's right.
Empty is that bag? Look, there's a decent amount in there still.
Yeah. May I have the bottom card from the deck so that I can replace the threat?
Yeah.
Watch it be like, oh no, it's just a 1. That's good.
Same guy came back out.
Yeah. All right. So now that that's over, I am going to cut my farm. I don't want to do that. What I want to do.
I like that you're trying to farm on both levels. Farming for gold, and then like farm looting
It's very meta.
for.
It's very meta. I am not going to attack any. Well, what do I have? 1, 2, 2. I'm not attacking nothing right now. I do need to get people into the border town. So I could put the militia chief onto my card and get people there, but I need more people. So what I need is actually the university. So I'm going to take the bottom slot for the university professor.
So I have a question. How many available guys do you have right now?
1.
So you could discard 2 cards to use the university professor that's currently in the street, and then sleeve a border town to put the guys out there. I don't know if you have 2 cards that are worth discarding though. But it would be a way to get guys into the border into
Yeah.
Deep Hollow this turn as opposed to next turn.
I think that's a good idea. I do.
It's gonna cost you 5 gold
To what?
to buy a professor. Or
She's
to buy a
yeah.
agent, because you're gonna have to pay me 1, and then it's gonna be 4 to.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay, so I'm sleeving the militia chief. I have a question.
Yeah.
Just a personal question. Do you sleeve in the front or the back when you're adding a new one?
I just add it wherever it fits.
What about you?
Yeah, as soon as it goes in.
John?
Nope, no preference.
No? I'm a little OCD. I always put it in the back, like it's the backbone. I don't know if I was quirky. Okay, so I'm going to discard my 2 citizens because I can't really do anything with that at the moment.
She just doesn't care about her citizens.
I-
That's the kind of guild she runs. She just discards them to the street.
They're all pawns to me. I'm going to pay you 1 to use your university professor. I'm going to pay 4 to the university so that I can take one of my untrained agents and make him a trained agent. Then I'm going to use my militia chief ability, and I'm going to place up to 3 agents, but I don't really need 3. I just need 2 because I'm only going to need to be able to take off 2 to get 3 additional battle threat points. It's not. Why do I forget it? You know why? Because it's a big thing now.
Okay.
Battle points. That's
You
what
done?
they're going to be.
BP?
BP.
I don't know why you're handing me the first player token. Alright. So Ant's turn's done. Alright, ready for some more threat, Ann?
Yeah. Oh yeah. These ones are fine because none of them are purple.
I don't think we're gonna trigger anything. Unless they
I'm
all
so
go
scared to say
on
like.
one side.
Yeah.
I don't. It's 5 cubes. I don't think that's gonna happen. If it is, I'm the only one with the Watchtower, so I'm good.
We're good.
All right. So John at the Watchtower is just eating his bread, and he's like, "We're all fine." All right. So I got a bunch of stuff I could do. So first up, I got my blacksmith, so I'm gonna get 2 gold. Ann?
Oh, you wanted money.
Yep.
All right. You can have that.
I'm then gonna pay you 1 gold.
Thank you. Did we replace the middle threat? We did, and the same guy actually came out.
And it's going to let me put a worker out into the fields. So I'm going to get a
Now
gold.
you're gonna get the bigger hand size too.
Yep, that's part of the point. And then I'm going to pay you another gold.
Me?
Yep.
Personally?
Yeah, because I'm using your
Yes.
professor here. And I'm going to put another guy at the university. And buy another agent for 2. Right. So we got I got some more agents to play, things to do, people to see. And we're gonna I'm gonna get another prisoner. Warden.
Yeah? What are you gonna do with that?
I'm gonna move one of my guys from the university over to the farm. Hey guys, what's up?
Were you clipping the cube drop where I foretold my own demise? Where I was asking whether we replaced the middle threat. He was very busy clipping the cube drop, and now I'm convinced I will be immortalized forever. Foretelling
And I'm
my
not going to
demise.
use the red guy I got. I don't want to pay gold for an influence and a goodwill.
Yes.
This is going to get discarded. That's the end of my turn. All right, Stefan,
All right.
drop those cubes.
So let's do that first.
Do it? Ready?
That didn't happen. There we go.
So now we have 5, 6, and 2. That was really close.
All right, so next round, probably.
If it's not all, it's going to be either one of you two.
All right.
It's very nerve-wracking.
All right.
Are there any black cubes? Oh, there's 1 black cube for next round.
I'm gonna place 1 in the Watchtower.
Okay.
We'll get the
Influence
influence
and
and
goodwill.
goodwill.
Mm-hmm.
I need to start making some more money.
You were balling. What happened?
Times are tough. The new tax laws came in this turn.
Oh, the 2018 tax laws.
Yeah. Destroyed me. I wasn't prepared.
You didn't prepay your property taxes?
That's what it was. So actually, no, you guys made a good point. I think I'm gonna grab the who's the one who provides the money?
Accountant or the blacksmith?
The accountant.
Middle, bottom.
Let me put that one in the middle.
All right.
Go.
You want to upgrade? Oh no, they're both neutrals. I
Yeah.
thought one of them was yours.
No.
All right.
And then I'll get the 3 gold from that.
Okay. There you go.
Just 1 shy of knocking
Turn that
another.
into points.
Yeah, but That's fine. It'll be ready for
Okay.
next turn. So, I'll do that.
Your influence and Goodwill, wow, are really stacking up.
All right, so first player
So
token is
got
going to move to
something.
me. And can you move the round tracker to 5?
Yep.
3 rounds left. I'm going to go first. I'm going to draw 4 cards. I will skip one of the first ones. And then take the next 4.
You're gonna have to reach those. Wait. There you go.
All right, Stefan. It is to you. And I get 5 threat.
There's some good cards deep in the street, but those first 4 aren't so hot. You got the influence to pay for it?
He's got tons of influence,
I
actually.
think I might, actually. Oh, what do you know? I have 5. Yeah, I want to go deeper.
Are
in
you
the
still at a
streets.
3 card hand size?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I kneecap myself.
So 1,
Oh, skipping big. Okay.
2, 3.
No.
Oh,
Let's
you
take this
have 1.
Yep.
All right. So Andy, at least you get some goodwill.
I'll take 4 threat when you get a chance.
Okay. Get you your 4 threat.
Okay.
If I pull my guys, that'll give me 3. I can attack, it'll give me 3. I
So you
need
have 6.
5. 3, 4.
You can get the guy on the left.
I have no influence. Dang.
You get 3 attack if you grab the 3 out of there.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Or you have one of your cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, thanks guys for all the influence.
Goodwill.
Well,
It's goodwill.
yeah.
You said the Goodwill turns into, was it a...
Influence turns into goodwill.
No, but at the end of the game. the
Oh,
Goodwill-
both of them turn 4 to 1
4
for
to 1.
points.
Okay.
And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 threat.
Narbar is saying it's pretty tricky because the monsters could be gone by the time you try to get to them.
Yeah, but there'll be new ones.
All right. Everyone went?
Yes.
All right, get in. Throw my 3 thread in there.
Oh, good. It's not a black. Please go. Man!
Yes.
How?
That's what you get, Ann. So let's see who's it coming after?
It's coming after me. So in the first one, we have 3 purple, 2 gray, 2 black, 1 red, and I am not
see
in
the
the
card.
Watchtower. Oh man, that was a good card too.
So this is what's coming after. The Dark Agent and the Muse of Knowledge.
Man.
And she has no defense, so
No defense.
nothing she can do about it.
So my defense tower is going down 1. Oh, the bag
That's
is
the only
full.
one that attacked. The one on the right didn't also attack.
Nah, I think the one where I has like
No,
5.
it's got 6.
6.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Next turn. All right,
And it's a triple right now. It's a triple tie between all red.
Hey, so the card,
gray.
you guys need to refill the street before you pull the card.
Oh,
Does that
sorry.
cause a
Yeah.
shuffle?
Yeah, that will cause a shuffle.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so.
I missed that.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Oh, look, the same thing came back out.
Ha!
All right.
Okay, so it's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got attacked. You didn't fare so well.
Nope.
All right, so first up, going to the professor. Professor, here's some money. Gonna train me a new agent. Because I need more agents. And then I'm gonna use my prison warden. Hey, let's go over to the farm. Party over here.
Now your hand size is increased.
Yep. So I have 5 cards now. I'm gonna discard these 2 to activate.
Do you want to fix the camera?
To activate the account on the red citizen there.
Okay, so you get
So I'm
3.
gonna pay Stefan 1 gold. I'm gonna get 3 because I'm running out of money here. I do have a lookout tower, so John's going back
It's
to the
John? I thought it was Joe.
Joe, and now John.
Oh, it's
Joe's
his
already
brother.
there. Yeah,
Okay.
his brother that works at the bake shop.
Okay.
Is gonna go out there with him. I need to purchase a new card. I want to build a little bit of money, so I think I'm gonna get another accountant
Okay.
because I'm making a lot of bread now.
Ah, let's see what you did.
Don't.
there.
Why? Don't encourage that. That was not.
So I'm gonna get another 3 gold.
Good old that dough you're making.
Oh, jeez.
Someone's got to do the funds. Well, Matt's not here. that becomes my job.
It's so punny.
So funny.
All right. So I've gone. Stefan,
All right.
see ya.
So I tried this pre-planning, and I actually think I like it.
Okay.
Cool. So let's go ahead and get me an influence and a goodwill. Alright. So that. Okay. And then I'm gonna place someone on the watchtower. I believe I owe you money for that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's do that. Okay. Number 3, I'm gonna do a buy. I'm gonna get.
Hi, Bar. You really kneeled it.
Needed it.
You did it. Sorry.
You're throwing me off.
Sorry.
I'm going to get a blacksmith
Okay.
this time because I'm flipping my strategy, but I'm paying for it in the process.
You didn't drop your threat down the tower.
I knew that. Wait, hold on. That shouldn't change.
So you have. Well, you've already got a guy on the watchtower now.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to take it off.
Okay.
But we'll just keep that in mind.
Throw the threat. See if it
This,
triggers.
this could easily cause an attack. And it does.
Yep. Okay. So.
It ties between you two.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay.
So I took back your guard real quick.
That's fine. So that's.
So let's see the what attacked us.
Sure. There you go.
So we're getting attacked for 5.
Oof.
So nasty. I'm gonna.
I think you can block it though,
Yeah,
right, Josh?
John and Joe are going back to the bakery.
So then
But
you get.
Stefan, you're not gonna get that
I
one.
was one guy short, and he got
Yeah.
there way too late.
So how many points do I get for blocking? Just 1 point.
1 point for blocking.
Okay. I don't know what
Doesn't
you
matter how
Why
big he
did
is.
Okay.
All right.
So I took my 1 point, or I went down on the track once.
Okay.
So now we can go back.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy's back here. Hey, where'd everybody go?
May I have the bottom card from the deck?
I pulled the
Ooh.
blacksmith. I will be crafting him to be friendly with the
Is that the next threat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Things are getting real fun now.
Whose card was that? Yours?
Yeah, ants.
You're welcome, guys. 6, 7, 8.
8. And you gonna kill that one for us?
I'm gonna try.
Okay. And then I'm going to do the War Council member action. I think I gotta give you some more money, right?
Yep.
Can you give me change? Let me get 2.
You're like the really rich guy that walks around and is like, "Hey, can you break $100?"
And then that drops 2 guys over here.
You do have to pay an influence to do that.
I paid 2 influence.
You already paid it?
Oh, wait, nope. Now I did.
No, I did.
Yep. And then last, I should be able to hunt now, right?
Yeah, you can pull
If
them
you want
off.
to, you could. If you think it's going to be more useful to do it next turn, then leave them there and wait.
Not with my measly 3 attack. There's no way I'm touching that 8.
Ha!
So I will pull these off now,
Okay.
and I will attack the middle guy since that's the tier I got.
So do you have 3 battle points?
1, 2, 3.
I knocked it off. Okay, so that is yours. So what do you get for a reward?
2 victory points.
Okay. So these are your...
You give me a 3 and I'll give you 1.
Okay. These are your reputation points, sir.
Reputation. Sweet.
All right.
The 3 cubes that were in this tray get removed, and I get a new monster out of the bottom of the deck.
And that should be it for me. I think I used everyone on here.
All right. There's a
Cool.
Oh, it's a little baby monster.
little baby dude.
Oh, good. I can take it on.
3, 6,
All right.
7, 8, or 4.
And it's your turn. Drop your tokens.
Drop my tokens. I went early, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so my purple landed in the left one and red here in the middle. There you go. Okay, so I have 3 battle points. I could get that up
just
to
grab another can.
4 without having to pull my people out of the border town. And I think that I'm going to do that.
So how much damage you doing?
Well, I could get this up to... I could get my current hand 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's 1 short for that.
Oh, if only you could. That'd be a really nice kill if you could get that guy.
Yeah, yeah. I want... But I don't, I can't. I need another agent. I need...
Have you already sleeved something?
No, so what I was thinking is I have 3 battle points in my hand currently, and then I could get a blacksmith, and that would bring me up to 4, and then I could pull my 2 guys out of border town, and that would bring me up to 7.
So do you have the border town guy in your hand right now?
No.
The only way to pull them to get the 3 battle strength is to use the effect. The effect is what pulls them.
So I wouldn't even
So
be
you
able to
could-
get it out of the 4, the
Right. So you
blacksmith
could
out
get
of
to
forge.
you could get to 6 this turn because you could sleeve the border town militia chief and then use it and have 6 attack strength.
Or you can just get the blacksmith and use your hand to take out the guy on the left.
The Dark Knight and the Muse of Knowledge.
Yeah,
and that
then
would give
save
me-
the option. Save the option for the border town for next turn.
I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go with that. I'm also going to pay 4 gold to train one of my agents. So I've used my university professor. I'm going to...
Note, if you attacked first, you could use a war council to... You could put something on
Oh,
there if,
that's
if
a good
you
idea.
wanted to.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. That would be helpful. Okay. All right. So what do I want? Do I want a blacksmith, or I just need to use what's in my hand? 1, 2, 3 is
You need
not
one more,
enough.
it's
I need
4.
1 more, so it means I do need to pull the blacksmith. So may I please have a blacksmith card? And that would give me 4, and I'm going to... Oh, sleeve in yours.
She almost
I almost
almost
sleeved
upgraded
yours.
one of my guys. I
No,
would
thank
appreciate it.
you. No, thank you. You
So
can
close.
have your shekel. And I'm going to pull my War Council guys off. It means I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take down the Dark Agent and the Muse of Knowledge. That gives me... Okay, it gives me at least 2 reputation, and what I need to decide is whether or not I want to sleeve the contact card. So use a new contact card. You have that second card.
So, quick note, if you sleeve the card that you just upgraded, that's a neutral, that has 2 in it, that would be 2 points.
If
Versus
somebody else
get an
converts
extra
them. No, well, no, because it's a neutral.
If you sleeve it to be your guild, that would give you net 2 points.
But I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can.
She would need people on the Capitol
Capitol
Hall
Hill.
Oh, you
and
need-
N5 money.
I thought the muse allows you to do it.
No, I
No,
get
it sleeves a contact, so she can pick she can basically sleeve a second advancement this turn. She can pick
Oh.
any advancement and sleeve it, but it doesn't. It's not sleeving ownership of the card.
I thought it was leaving ownership. Okay.
But theoretically, if I use it to pull an advisor to the Chancellor, I do have 2 free guys, so I could play that, pay the 5 gold, which I do have, and then I could sleeve this card. I could sleeve this card as part of my guild, right?
Yep,
And
that's
then
right.
Get you 3 points.
And I'll get my 3 points because I'll have 3 slots full. I think okay, I'm gonna do that because it's 1 point, or I can do this roundabout and get 3 points.
Okay.
That makes sense to me. Okay, so I'm going to pull the middle slot card for the advisor to the Chancellor.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to drop for about 15 minutes. I'll ping you when I'm coming back on.
All right, no problem.
Yep.
I am going to place my 2 guys on Capitol Hill. Since it is my turn, I'm going to pull them back off, and I'm going to pay 5 gold coins. I just threw in 6 there, so I took my change back for 1, and I'm going to sleeve this card as one of my guild. And this one goes in the front for those playing the home game. So then all of the battle points are done. I paid you for that. I still haven't used my university professor. Dang. I don't have 3 gold now. But I'm going to put him there anyway. And I'm going to put this guy... Oh no, man, I'm so smart. I'm going to put this guy in the farm, and then I get a gold piece, and then I'm going to put this guy in the university, and I'm going to pay... I still don't have enough. No, I do. I'm going to pay my 3 gold, and then he's going to be a trained agent. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, and then I get an influence and a thing.
And you ready to see the next baddie?
She's like, bring it.
Here you go. You get up that. What? Oh, that's not that bad. That's only 6. This guy's 8. I mean, he looks nasty, but he's only 6.
That shade knight throwing all that shade.
Throwing all that shade. That
All right.
dress with those shoes.
So
Airplane reference. Anybody?
we're all done.
No? Yeah, I'm done. I'm broke.
First player token.
Broke as a joke.
Stefan. Round 6.
Fight.
I said it in my head, but I didn't actually say it, and I'm so happy that you came through.
Awesome.
All right.
So you get to draw 3 cards.
Okay.
I like these rounds because now I feel like stuff really starts to happen.
I overtook your farm,
I'll take the first
Yeah, I
one.
see that.
so that turns to Goodwill.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're not even doing acrobatics, which makes me super depressed.
We're doing 4-man juggling. Then you just broke one of your farmer's back.
Shh. It's a workman's comp suit. Dang it. Sorry. It's alright. You're just messing up my whole little circus act here.
All right.
It'd be a shame.
And
It'd be a real shame if all those meeples fell down, huh?
you draw 4 cards.
Oh, Stefan's done drawing his cards. Okay. I draw 4 cards. I do have an influence. Why aren't any of my cards, like, out? It's getting really
Because
expensive.
one of them's up there.
Well, you
Waiting to
get
attack
chance,
us.
I'll get 4 threat.
Just hand in the bag while you're trying to figure out what you want to do.
Sure.
You're going to have to... You're going to have those. And then you need to put all of these in. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do-do-do-do.
All right, so man, what are you purchasing? Or
What am
are
I
you taking
trying
from
to
the
do now?
street?
I'm trying to get back on the war council. Alright, I definitely want that one citizen. I'm going up to a hand of 4. Oh, did you give me back the card? No, he had a card of mine. Because he paid me to use it.
Twice.
Yep,
I remember
it had the Watchtower on it. Yes. Yep, that's it. No, not that one. Yes, that one. Okay, so this is one hand. So now I have to do 3. Cool, because this has got the War Council on it, which is what I wanted. So that's cool. So that's fine. I can take 1, 2, 3.
All right.
I'm okay with this hand. So that... And I generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 threat.
And can you shove those over?
1, 2,
Thank you,
3,
Stefan.
4, 5, 6.
I'm not but I'll do.
You'll do in a pinch. I mean, I cut off all my hair, so now, you know, look a lot closer.
I can really pick up on your New York accent, by the way.
All right. So I have 2
He
cards.
wants to be like, what did you say again? What was that?
Sorry.
I got 2 cards. I go up to 5 cards now.
Yeah, because you're a jerk.
I think I really missed out on that opportunity for the extra hand size. So
I will.
we'll see how this pans out
I will
for you
take the
guys.
first card in.
You're about to get all the money, though. Yeah? What do you do with the second card?
I get 2 more cards. I'm gonna use 2 influence to skip the next 2, and then grab these 2. All right. All the cards. All right, Stefan.
Your turn,
Let's
buddy.
throw all those tokens in there. And I need 6 threat, by the way.
You
Did I-
didn't trigger anything, so that's good.
So, Stefan, what are you?
Alright, so... Look at this real quick. Alright. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and collect from the Treasury office. So can I get 3?
Of course.
Thank you. I'll spend 4 to get 2 of the victory points.
Okay.
I'll give you another 1 if you give me a 3.
There you go.
Thank you.
Welcome.
From there, I will spend 1 to you,
Okay.
so I can use the prison warden.
Okay.
I will pick up a war council, or the spot for the war council. So that's yep, that one. Okay. I will use the war council to drop someone in there.
How did you use my ability?
I paid you a coin to use it over here.
You have to discard 2 cards to do that.
Oh, you have to discard 2 cards to do
Yeah.
that. All right.
And then
That's fine. That's not fine. That'll change
Yeah.
things a bit. That's fine.
You couldn't upgrade a card if you
You're
did
right.
that.
You're right. Okay, so let's put this
I'll give you your gold back.
here. This goes here. Can I do? All right, I'll just get some more gold then.
Okay.
I will discard these two.
You can. Oh no, you can't use the ability, but you can upgrade one of them first if you wanted to.
I
What?
could. Yeah, I could upgrade it and then discard it, right?
Yeah. You wouldn't be able to use the ability on it,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but you can
That's fine.
upgrade it.
Trying to think what will be beneficial to me and not to you guys. Whatever. I'll do one of these then. That. Discard these two.
All right.
Pay 1 gold to you. Right?
Okay.
I think it's on you. To get
Yep.
3. Thank you.
De nada.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. I am going to start off by using my patrician.
Wait. That's not how you start your turn off.
Oh yeah.
Toss them in. The trigger?
No. This one is 5, 3, and 2.
All right.
So it's close.
Who's? Am I in the lead on that?
Stat.
one, all right?
Yeah, you're in the lead in this one. 3. And no matter what comes down for the next 2,
Unless a bunch of non-colors come in.
if it's 2 reds or 2 purples, then you'll tie with somebody. Or you'll
What if
win.
it's 3 reds? Could happen.
Oh yeah, it could always be more than. I guess I didn't consider that. Like that it doesn't stop there. Alright. I took an influence and a goodwill. And I'm going to trade in these 4 goodwill for a number 4 token. Thank you. Okay. So this one is done. Okay. I'm going to pay my 2 influence to put my 2 agents. Oh, here's a purple one. Is it 6?
7.
No, didn't. Okay. That makes me real nervous because if one more purple one comes down, then I'm in trouble. Okay.
Then the game changed.
Then the game's changed. I'm going to put those guys on the War Council. And I am going to...
Oh, sorry guys. I was muted for a minute.
And I am going to use my treasury office to get $3 doll hairs. I am going to figure out what I want to pull. 1, 2, 3, but I'd have to pay $1. 4, 5, 6 is still not 8. I really need to ramp up. 2, 4, 6. Oh, but I could get that one.
2, 4, 6. Who do we appreciate?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You get the guy on the left.
Right? 4, 5, 6. Man, but I really want that 8.
It's nice to want. If you try sometimes,
You might just find.
you get what you need.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the bottom one. Not on Stefan's card.
Why not?
Sorry, buddy. And I am going to pull. I'm going to attack this guy here.
Okay.
I'm going to pull 2 of my agents out of Deep Hollow, which give me 3 battle points. I have one here. I have 1 here from Stefan's card, so I'm going to pay him a shekel. And then I have 1 more citizen on this card, and here's my Deep Hollow card, which let me pull 2 agents off to use 3 more, which means I have 6 attack points, which is just enough to cover the Dark Agent, the Taskmaster, and the Shade Knight.
Okay.
So I get 2 reputation points for getting the Shade Knight. I get 1 reputation point for the Dark Agent. And then on the Taskmaster, I can either get a reputation point or I can train an agent. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to train one of my agents.
It's also an agent's worth a point.
Yes.
So. Yeah, that's
But
actually going to come.
it's a point that I can move around on the board. And then I am done. Why did you just throw that at me?
Here's the new baddie.
Oh,
Nothing nasty.
nothing nasty.
Here you go, Stefan. You get your guild knight back.
I don't have anybody on the Watchtower.
Nope. All right. Ready for?
Wait, did I have a Watchtower on that card that I didn't use?
I don't think you did. Yeah, there was one.
Then I'm putting him there.
Okay. Did
Yes.
you take the tokens away from the threat you just cleared?
Yes. Sorry. I thought I did, and then it didn't click because I didn't have anybody. And then I did because I got them back.
All right, here you go, Anne. Make sure that purple goes to the right.
No, thank you, sir. Gray, you said?
Purple.
Gray, you said?
Wow.
Damn it.
You have 4.
Am I 4?
Yes, you do. Oh, that was so good. Oh, so good. That's
so
what you get for
close.
talking smack, bro. That's what you get for talking smack. So 4 to gray, 3 for purple, and black and red have tied.
So let's
for
see what's
2.
coming out.
So you're going to get murdered.
Got all that.
So good.
All that. And I will go down 1 on my defense.
That's kind of like that's. I feel like you should get pulverized.
No.
I don't know why you gave it back to me. Oh, because it's
Because
my
it's
card.
your card.
I still feel like you should get pulverized.
And look, we got a little weakling Dark Agent coming out after that.
I didn't get the points for the 8, and I'm a little upset about that because that was really.
And it's very salty.
I am.
Throw some salt in chat, Peter, everyone.
That was a big score, but I'm okay with that 6 that I got. 1, 2.
The card attached to a guild, the discard always goes to that player unless they're playing the card. Then it goes to general discard. All right, so we got that going on. So first up, I am going to activate the blacksmith on Anne's card. So I'm going to pay her gold, but I'm going to get 2 gold for the May.
Oh, it's the blacksmith, not the. Sorry.
I guess it's mine now.
Transaction fee. I'm going to discard 2 of my cards to activate the accountant on my card.
Okay.
So I'm going to get a 3 gold. 11. I am going to.
Johnson is back, by the way.
Yep. I'm going to buy an accountant. And get another 3 gold.
That's a lot of money.
And 1 second.
I'm really upset that that 8 didn't go, but.
Welcome back, John.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Hi! So, Josh got attacked by that 8-point monster. The 8-point threat.
He liked it.
He liked it. So he took a hit.
No
for
one was
that.
able to kill. No one was able to kill the 8-point threat.
No, you know, I racked up enough points to take down one that was for 6.
Nice. That's
And
a lot
the
of points.
Yeah, and the 6 had like a lot of good benefits. So it was enough that I was like, you know, here, that goes to discard pile, please. I'll take the 6 instead of waiting another round. And then Josh got attacked by the 8-point monster, so I'd
Good
have to
choice.
hit the 6 anyway.
Yeah.
I can't do both of these things. Oh, it's okay. I can't sleeve anyone anyway. All right, so I am gonna pay 1 gold to Stefan because I'm gonna use his Grand Librarian, and I'm gonna change 10 gold for 4 points because I have money now.
Because you're rich now?
I'm getting there. And then I'm gonna advise to the Chancellor. I'm gonna send 2 people to Capitol Hall to chill out. I don't have the money to sleeve anyone. I don't have anyone to sleeve. And then I'm gonna spend 1 more gold to Stefan to use his Watchtower Lookout. So I watch out for the next time that happens. John's going back.
John's going back? What happened to Joe? Joe took the hit?
Joe's still working in the bakery.
Joe. Oh.
So that's the end of my turn. And you'll get this card. And you'll get
Thanks.
this one.
Hey, why did I get this card?
Because it was a card I played. I'm discarding.
Oh.
That's why I paid you a gold to use your blacksmith. Your blacksmith
Oh,
buddy.
yeah.
All right.
These are 2 pretty good cards.
So first player token is going to move. We're in turn 7. 2 turns left. And your first player.
I
You
am?
move the turn tracker to 7.
I thought Stefan was next.
No.
No, you just
he
went?
just went.
Okay.
Yeah, I was first last game. Or last round.
Okay. So I am going to take. I have a hand limit of 4. I'm taking 2 people out of my guild hall, and I'm just going to take these next 2 cards right here. And I'm going to get 2 more Goodwill. Just stack those up there. I'm taking my threat off of my threat zone, and I've accumulated 3, 4, 5, 6 additional threat, so I'll pull those cubes out.
Shuffle those.
1, 2.
Are you still at a 4-card hand?
3, 4, yeah.
Yeah.
5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Alright.
So that is the end of my
My turn. I
assembly
have
phase.
1 guy in my guild hall. I'm at a 5-card hand. And I will just grab the first 4 cards. Because 2 of them are mine. And
Joshua.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll
Ooh.
need a shuffle.
That's a good card.
Anchor shuffle and anchor blanc.
there you go, Stefan.
Alright.
So you already have 2 cards, so you only need to draw 1 more.
Yeah, no influence. I can't skip. So I'll take that.
Scoot those down. All right, Anne. Ooh.
What is ooh?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 9 threat.
Here they come. Well, that's what happens when you get a 5-card hand.
Yeah.
It's an awful lot.
I'll take 4.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. No.
Oh, 4.
Yes. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All the threat.
Okay. I am going to
Anne.
put stuff down the thing. Okay.
At least the threats aren't that bad right now.
I mean, okay, 3, 3, and 3. That's a nice
Okay,
even split.
nothing triggered.
Nothing triggered. It's far too much purple for my liking.
I have more cubes out there than you.
Yeah, you sure do. By 1. By 1. Okay, so I'm going to actually start off by attacking. So I've just removed my 2 meeples from the War Council, and I'm going to use my 3 citizens for their 3 battle points, and I'm going to attack this guy. And
Hey, dude.
that's nice. 1, 2,
Hey, partition.
3. I get 2 points for that.
Yes, 2 points for that.
Okay. I am going to put one of my agents. Oh, damn. Okay. I want to put 2 of my agents. Okay. There's a lot of thought going on right now because this is round 7, which means there's only 1 more round left. So if I am going to go for the attack route again, then
this is our new threat.
2, 4, 6. Oh, I might be able to do that. Okay.
2, 4, 6. Who do we appreciate?
No. Thanks. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Because appreciate and 8
Okay.
rhyme. So I am debating whether.
You want more farmers? You want more? You still get to buy an upgrade too.
Yep. All of the things in my hand are, well, I have 1 neutral card. I'm going to put 1 farmer down in Farmtown.
You get gold.
I'm going to get my 1 gold. It's going to increase my hand size for the next round to 5. I'm going to put 2 people onto Deep Hollow. That'll give me 3 battle points if I pull them again next turn. Means I have to either get a Deep Hollow card or I'm going to have to sleeve a Deep Hollow card. I'm going to use my blacksmith for 2 gold. This gives me 6 gold. I'm going to be short 1 person. I need... Do I want to use the prisoner to move my guy from the university? Or do I want to see if I can make the university work? I want to see if I can make the university work. Okay, I'm going to pull the professor. Yeah, I do want to do this.
All right.
I am going to pull the professor. I'm going to put my 1 guy on the university, and I'm going to pay 2 gold to train
Your last agent.
my last agent. And I can't really do anything with the with my advisor to Chancellor. That's not what I wanted to do at all. I didn't want to put a gold coin on there. I am going to put the guy on Capitol Hall just because.
Because you can.
Because I can. No, I lied. I'm going to keep him.
Okay.
Okay.
End of
That's
your
my turn.
All right.
Oh, jeez.
So
How
you're
many cubes you
triggering
dropping?
I am dropping 6 cubes in, and thankfully none
Anything
of-
about to attack?
everything's at 3, so I think we're okay.
Okay.
Well, 3, 3, and an empty. 5, 5, and 2. So we're
So
still
maybe
safe.
when Stefan goes, something
Yep.
might launch out. All right, so it's my turn.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the two that are about to attack are both weaklings,
Yeah.
so
I am activating 2 blacksmiths and a treasury officer, so I'm going to get 7 gold.
3, 7?
7 gold.
6,
That's how
7.
numbers work.
I don't understand this things you call numbers.
I am then going... I don't have someone to put on there.
Camera.
No, thank you.
Welcome.
All my workers are actually out on the board, so I can't put... No, first up, I'm going to spend 5. So you can't want back.
What are you spending the 5 for?
Getting my guys back from Capitol Hill,
And you're sleeving one of your cards in
and
your hand?
I found anybody.
How did you find him, Josh?
Her name's Jill.
Oh, her name's Jill?
She works next to the bakery. She has a flower shop.
Oh, she's a florist. It's
Yeah.
lovely.
We need flowers at a time like this.
Yeah, there's been a lot of funerals, so she's been busy.
This makes sense. Good business.
Nice. Business is booming.
Business is blooming.
There you go.
Why is that not a business name?
All right. So I did that. I now have my 2 workers. I am now going to send one of the workers to the university. I'm going to spend 2 gold to get a new trained worker. I'm then going to spend both my prison wardens to send the 2 guys to the university to the farm.
You're going to have a giant hand. It doesn't make a difference, though.
And then I'm going to send another guy to the Watchtower because I can. And I get an upgrade. What do I want? I want more money. So I'm going to upgrade to a treasurer to get another 3 gold. And that is the end of my turn.
So how well does she peddle flowers?
It
was something.
getting late.
All right.
I got cubes drop.
Oh, God. Okay.
So this might trigger something now, right?
And they're purple and blue. I feel like, did all of them come out? You want to tap? I guess I said there. Where'd it go?
I don't know.
I heard it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and look at who's on top.
Who's on
That's
top?
me.
You got someone at the guard watchtower?
I do. That's good.
So
Okay.
you get a point.
And I get a point. So that's nice. Okay, the Dark Agent can go back. And this one has 5, and this one is 4. Eek, come here, little card.
And we got another dark agent. So nothing.
Nothing too traumatizing.
No.
I was looking at it in the camera, and in the camera everything's backwards, right? So I thought that this was what was coming after me. And that's why I got so nervous.
Next turn. When I drop my 9th red in there.
Alright, so my turn is fairly simple.
Okay.
So what's going on with you? You can
I'm
discard
try-
those 2 guys to do something.
I think I will. I'm trying to get to 10 gold. I can get to 9. I'm trying to get to 10.
It's always one short, I'm telling you.
But I don't think that's gonna happen. So this one's on top?
Yeah, I don't. You can only do the street cards. I think. I don't think you can do the
okay.
top of the deck.
Bummer. Okay. So if that
wait, what was the question?
Can he? Is this the deck top card part of the street?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Okay, so you can.
Ooh.
If he's discarding cards to do an effect in the street, he can do one off that card.
actually
Okay.
no, that's fine. No. I could still do something I want to do.
Okay. You
Alright.
still get your upgrade.
I do. Actually no, I won't be able to do that if I discard the cards.
You can just upgrade what you can just get the upgrade that you were going to use.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do anyway. All right, so let me get the treasurer's office, a middle one. Yeah, that's all that's left, I think, right?
There's your 3.
I think no, there's one. There's one of each left.
Alright, that's 3, so that makes 9. One short. One short. I will do that, just in case if someone wants to smack me in the face on the last turn. I'm better prepared.
You can actually block that big guy.
I know, that's why I'm trying to prevent myself from going down on the track again. And then, yeah, I'll just pay the 4.
You guys have all been defending pretty well, yeah? What's the furthest down anybody's gotten?
That would be me. I've only gone down on the track twice.
Yeah, you've all been defending pretty well this game.
All right.
And that's my turn.
All right. So first player token moves to me. We're gonna move that turn tracker down to the very last one.
This is the last round, guys.
Final countdown.
It's final.
I'm gonna get 5 cards. Right? No, 6 cards.
6 cards.
6 cards, because I have all the farmers.
Yes.
Do I want your card, Anne? Does it do anything for me?
You could have another farmer.
No, I don't need another farmer.
You don't want another farmer?
I mean, I actually, you know what? I get money off of that, so yeah, I'll get that. Just give
Yeah,
me.
returning farmers at the end of the game gives you a bunch of money, so.
I'm trying to think if I want to skip any of these or just
How many are you getting?
6 cards.
You have a 6-card hand right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I got everybody at the farm.
And how many did you pull out of your guild hall?
None.
So you're just drawing 6 cards.
Yes, I'm just drawing 6 cards. I have 3 influence if I want to skip some of these.
So yeah, if you skip, there's 6 cards in the street. If you skip any, then you just draw off the top of the deck.
Yeah, I'm thinking of just skipping the guys that are nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna skip the. And then I just draw 4 cards off the top of the deck.
Well, you draw those 2, and then yep, that's right. This should be a good final hand.
There you go.
You're the worst.
Stefan, you got 1 card in your guild, so you get
I'll pick
2
that
more.
up. Can't skip. So I'll take these 2. They turn to Goodwill. And I feel like I will have a very uneventful last turn.
How did you end up with 6 guys at the farm town? Was it because you moved them using the prison
Yeah,
warden?
the prisoner. I kept like buying professors and just moving them to the.
Yeah.
I actually didn't use the farm. I think I used the farmer once.
Right.
It was all prison movements. There you go, Ann.
So I have 5, and I can't skip any. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No need to pull cubes this round, which is
Okay.
good because you guys would be pulling a lot of cubes.
Fun.
Just to see what would
shit, shit, shit,
happen.
Hear it.
I mean, we're still gonna drop cubes. We're just not gonna pull for that.
Right. There's no reason to pull cubes for next round.
Just if anyone wanted to know, I generated 11 threat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 5, and I have a 5-hand card.
Okay,
I've got a 5
so-
card hand limit. Jeez Louise.
I've generated 0 threat.
English. Man,
like
I
me
really
now?
don't want you to drop your cubes because I have nobody at the Watchtower.
And here you go. It's a lot of cubes.
Okay. This one is good. That's got 4. This one is good. It has 5.
Just the middle.
The middle one, unfortunately for you, Stefan, you are in the lead with 4 cubes, followed by Joshua with 3, and I'm in
He's
third
got
place
3
with
guards.
2.
Yeah, I'm good.
He actually gets a point for this.
That was a good thing for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get a point.
I'm literally grasping for points. At
You
this
got a lot of
point.
points
Well,
at the
you
beginning of the game, though.
There you go.
So that's gonna go there. New big baddie. He probably. I don't think he's gonna get activated because we don't have that much
Bam.
threat left in the game. But there you go, Ann. Another 6er.
All right. I might be able to do
All right. So it's my turn. I'm gonna get 9 gold. Yeah.
9 gold.
Yeah. And can you give me 3 ones?
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How'd you get 9 gold?
I did 2 treasury officers and I'm activating a farmer.
Okay.
I gotta pay Stefan for 1 and you for 1 because they're on your guild cards.
Thanks.
So now here's the thing.
How big is that new monster that came out in the middle? Is it a
It's a
6?
6, yeah.
That's a nice one to kill.
Now I'm trying to think what I want to do. So me sleeving. So if I go to the Chancellor and get another guild member, I would get 3 points because I would have a full card I can capture, which would leave me with 3.
Man.
Yep, that's worth it. So I'm gonna send 2 guys over to Capitol Hall. I'm gonna pay 5, so I need 1 back, please. And I'm gonna sleeve.
And you pull those guys immediately.
Yep, I get those guys
Yep.
back. I don't really need them, but I get them back. Then I'm gonna buy another accountant and get 3 gold. So I have 10 gold here. I'm gonna activate the Grand Librarian to get 4 victory points.
Which one? That was on mine.
I got 1 here. So I had an open one for it. So that's that. I'm gonna get an influence and a Goodwill. Hand, please.
An influence and a goodwill.
And then I will pay Anne 1 gold, my last gold,
Me and myself?
to add someone to the Watchtower. If worst case, I can defend the attack from 1 of the 6s.
Sounds good.
And that is the end of my turn.
Alright. One's simple again. I'm gonna get Grand Librarian.
Oh, so this card doesn't matter.
I'll need 3 influence, 3 goodwill, and I will pay the 4 for 2 points.
There you are.
Stefan has all the Goodwill. I got like none. Oh, you forgot to drop your cubes.
This. Oh, okay.
Did anything trigger.
6, 1, and 6.
Woo!
So that didn't change anything on your turn anyway. So that's not. And you're the last one to drop cubes. Did you trigger everything?
Trigger all the
damn.
things.
Alright, guys. So this one, it's how many? 7?
Yep.
So this is an all.
Okay.
Damn.
And what's the other big
I'm gonna
guy?
take a hit there. 1, 2, 3. This is... Huh, it's an all. So I take 2 hits.
Okay.
I'll take 1,
I will take 1 hit.
and I will defend the other one, so I'll just need a victory point for that.
So you guys get you back. I'm going to defend the big one just because that's the cooler thing to do. Point-wise doesn't matter. I'm going to get 1 victory point.
And then you take in the hit.
Yeah. I had to take 1 hit.
Alright, so let's go back. Well,
That doesn't matter. We are going to get 2 new threats, though. And
it doesn't matter because I'm the last one to drop.
you can try to kill them.
It's a 5.
So, and it's got some new stuff. They're 2 5s.
I cannot. I've been trying to work out. I've got a lot of battle points in my hand, but I can't work out getting. Oh. One, 2. I can't. I don't have 2 influence. I would only have 1.
Oh, that's what you need.
And I need that second influence, and if I discard my 2 cards, it knocks down my battle points by 2.
Do you have any prison wardens?
No.
Mm.
Nope. I have a bunch of Grand Librarians and a
You're welcome.
Watchtower Lookout.
So the only way you could pull it off then would be to discard 2 cards to use the prison warden that's in the street, and then sleeve another prison warden or a war council. But I don't know if discarding those 2 cards causes your hand to not be very good for attacking threats anymore.
Yeah, if I discard those 2 cards, then I only have 2 battle points.
Yeah.
I have people in the border town, but I would need to be able to get to the militia to do that. And I don't have that either. I don't need the university because all of my agents are trained. Poopy.
And you don't have a war council in your hand?
No.
No war council and no prison warden. If you had just one of them, you could do it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Or if I had another patrician or something, just to
Yep.
get things moving. But I don't, which is really poopy. And so then I can discard. I have to change my game plan here, and I have to get monies. What is out? Farmer. How many? I can only take back 1 from the farmer, right?
Yep.
What's underneath the farmer?
That is it's no use. It's the reserves for fighting.
Okay. So if I bring back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that would get me to 9. Okay, I'm going to discard these 2.
Okay.
I'm going
Activate.
to activate the farmer.
All right. It's going to give you 3.
This is going to give me 3 gold, and it's mine, so I don't need to share.
All right.
I am going to activate my patrician, which will give me an influence and a Goodwill.
If you give me a 4, I can give you.
I got it.
Alright.
And then I'm going to grab the last treasure.
Okay.
That'll give me another 3. And then I'm going to pay 10. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to get 4 points.
Okay.
And
That
then
it?
that is it.
All right. So.
That was not the last final round I was hoping for.
All right. So we need to kind of collect our cards, right? So
Yes.
we can count points.
So we need to collect all of the cards, including the 3 threats, right?
Yep.
Bam, bam, bam. And basically what we're doing is we're counting how many slots
All right. So
are filled for people in our guild, because each slot is 1 point.
Yep. Is that our red one right there?
Yep. There you go,
That
Stefan.
should be all of them. And then. So John, what are all the victory points that we? How do we gain victory points? What's all the type of victory points we can gain?
Yeah, so your victory point tokens are victory points. Your defense is points for whatever it's left at.
Okay.
All of the other tokens, so the money, the influence, and the goodwill, you just sum all of those together and divide by 4. So they all translate 4 to 1. And then every slot filled on a card you own is a victory point. So if a card is full up with all 3 slots, it's a 3-point card. And finally, every trained agent that you have is a point.
So this is the very quiet part of the stream where we're all sitting here tallying our points. John, tell me a little bit about how you came up with the idea for this game.
Yeah, so I came up with the idea of card crafting. It occurred to me I'd never seen a game that required the use of card sleeves, right? Where you actually needed card sleeves to play the game.
Right.
And that was sort of the catalyst of the idea was, well, what might a game look like if you needed card sleeves in order to play? There was quite a few steps that went from there. I tried a few different games, took the piece that I liked of each iteration and kept going with it, and ended up with this game. I ended up selling this game to AEG, and then later I designed Mystic Vale, which that was kind of their idea. They suggested I do a lighter, more gateway style game using the card crafting system.
Okay.
So I went back to the design table. I worked on that for a while, and ended up coming up with Mystic Vale, which I then showed to them. And it was actually it came together pretty quick, and it was a good spot. So they actually decided to make Mystic Vale be the game that came out first.
Yeah, I mean, Mystic Vale it became a very popular game. It's an Origins Award winner, isn't it?
Yeah, it won the Card Game of the Year award.
That was really exciting to see.
It was fortunate to get put in the card game category, so it didn't have to go up against Terraforming Mars and Scythe.
Yeah, Stronghold has done really well with Terraforming Mars, but this is Mystic Vale is definitely a different kind of game, so I think that's definitely appropriate. And it's really cool. I didn't realize that Edge of Darkness was the game that first had the card crafting idea behind it, even though that it's obviously getting released after Mystic Vale was. And then they kind of used the same card crafting thought, right, for Custom Heroes, which is their...
I designed that one also.
Oh, that was yours.
Yeah.
Now that's part of the Big in Tokyo series?
Yeah, they decided to put it in that series and co-publish it in both countries.
It's really
So
exciting.
the rule book has both languages, Japanese and English. Yeah.
So you mentioned that AEG suggested that you bring out Mystic Vale first as more of a gateway game. So was Mystic Vale your first published game?
No, I did a little children's party game way back in 2013 that came out. It was like a fast hands Twitch game, if you don't mind super chaos and crazy fast. It was mostly designed for kids, but I love playing the game. That was my first game. No one's ever heard of it. But
What's it called?
Rumble Pie.
Okay.
Yeah, no one's ever heard of it. Came back in 2013. I still love that game, but Mystic Vale's the first one that anybody's heard of. Yeah.
What got you into game design?
I mean, I was a nerdy little kid growing up and played a lot of board games growing up. growing up. I was sort of inclined to game design even as a kid. My first not awful game that I designed was when I was 9. I was inspired by Pokemon, so all the kids were Pokemon was the thing, like the Pokemon cards, right? And my parents weren't the type to buy me Pokemon cards, right?
Okay.
And I'm 9 years old, so I don't have money, and I'm not going to buy my own Pokemon cards.
Right.
So I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to make my own game. So, and that game actually wasn't awful. It wasn't good, but
it wasn't awful.
yeah.
At 9 years old, the bar is only so high, though.
Exactly. And then after college, when I graduated college, I decided I'd to pursue game design a little bit more seriously with the intent of actually getting games published.
So what was? I mean, game design is not a career choice for many people.
I never expected it to turn into a career. As like I'm a game designer as my full-time job.
Right.
I did it. I've always had another job on the side, or on the side, as in that was my full-time job. But Mystic Vale did really well, and I've been fortunate lately to have some successes. So
That's very cool. What are you most excited for your backers on Kickstarter to see in Age of Darkness? Especially since it sounds like this game has been the one that you've kind of had to hold on to while Mystic Vale got really popular. What are you excited for your backers to see in this one?
So I mean, I'm excited to see the conversation about all of the. There's a number of things in the game that I think are fairly unique. Not just to mention the card crafting, but also now the double-sided card crafting, right? Where we upgrade both. The cube tower, the way you have sort of card-driven worker placement. The shared deck building, where you're all sort of deck building the same deck. All of that is stuff that is fairly unique that I haven't really seen in other games.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see how people respond to that. I mean, hopefully positively, right? But I'm excited to see that all those ideas get out there and see how it goes.
Awesome. Some Kickstarters are going to do a lot of stretch goals. There are other Kickstarters, some companies that have decided completely against stretch goals. What's AEG and yours take on this Kickstarter as far as stretch goals are concerned?
So the Kickstarter was mostly in their hands, and a lot of the decisions made about it I had input on, but they made the ultimate decision. Okay. They have a long list of stretch goals, so if it does well, they'll be running through quite a few stretch goals. There's component upgrades and content additions, but I think they don't want me to go into super detail until they actually start revealing the stuff.
Very, very cool. And it's a 30-day campaign?
I believe so, yeah.
That's very,
So
very
I know you don't want to go content detail. Are we going to get more locations in the Kickstarter? I assume that is something that's probably... Maybe.
More what?
Locations. More card. Yeah.
I think I can safely say that there will be more locations. As long as it does well and we hit the stretch goals, there will be more of those locations added. So you have a even more modular variety of setups.
I think that's really cool. That was interesting, even for us to play the second time with the prison system. I didn't get to use it, but it was nice to know that was there.
I moved prisoners everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, so I mean, imagine if the deluxe box that you can back on Kickstarter If we hit no stretch goals at all, we'll have 21 location boards. So you can do it. You would
wow.
be able to do a completely different setup
Each time.
than what you just played.
That's really cool. It really adds to the replayability to the game.
Yeah.
I have a curious question. So, I always think that one of the things that makes a really good game is a really good backstory. It makes the games more immersive, and I really enjoy immersive games. Where did the story for the game come from?
The details of it got developed once it had already been sold to AG. And I worked with one of the guys on that team, Nicholas, who we worked and discussed the theme and the setting, what kind of feel we want it. It sort of has a 1700s feel, but take out guns, right? It's like medieval meets 1700s, right? Which is we kind of liked. That felt a little. It didn't feel like generic high fantasy. So we went with that, and then their idea is it's actually set in the same universe as Mystic Vale, but this is the human realm, and the human realm is a more economic, populated, as opposed to the wilds, which are the Vales, essentially. But the same evil blight is being dealt with in both places, right? Basically, the blight cursed the Vales, which now the druids are cleaning, and the humans are very much in an active battle against the ascendant blight. But when I pitched the game to AEG, my original idea was just, it was like, my envisionment was a small western town that's like haunted.
Okay.
That was my original vision of the prototype game. Was you're in like a small western town in somewhere in America, and the town is like beset by these haunts and scary spirits and stuff.
What is it
So
like?
smaller scale, but yeah, similar idea. Yeah.
What is it like for you as a designer to work with a publisher and to watch your game kind of transform? I mean, I know it's little things here and there, but like to have this idea when you just for so a lot of our audience are people who are interested in breaking through into game design, and I'm sure that's a perspective that you'd be able to share with them.
Yeah. It's really exciting, especially for the first game. So with Mystic Vale, the first time they said, "Oh, we got a bunch of art for the cards. Here you can browse the art, at this Dropbox spot." And that was like going through it. I'm like, "This is my art. This is for my game." That was really, and the Mystic Vale art they got is really good.
Oh yeah.
Most of it. So that was really exciting to see.
I mean, the art here is absolutely gorgeous as well.
I think the art in Edge of Darkness is even better than the art in Mystic Vale. I love the art in Edge, and it all has this consistent sort of ominous feel to it. Yeah, really like it. It's fun. The process is a lot of fun. And as a designer, I prefer to be a lot involved in the development. I guess it also depends on how much I care about the game, right? So, for example, I have a game coming out in April through AEG that is a dice game, and I love that game. I love playing it, but I really don't care about the theme of that game. Right, like I almost designed it with no theme because I had mechanics in my head that I liked, and I designed a game based on those mechanics, and then AEG decided what theme they put on it. But with Edge of Darkness, I had a theme in mind, and I worked closely with them to develop and stick in the world that I liked. And some publishers will tell you, you know what, we like our idea and we're just going to go with it. And other publishers will, be more willing to take a lot of input from the designer. So it depends on what your preference is and the preference of the publisher you're working with.
Very cool. All right. Are you guys ready to count your points?
One last question for John. John, who do you think won?
I think you did, Josh.
You think I did? I might have.
So.
I don't know.
I think you're asking because you think that you did.
I have no idea what your guys' points values are. I was not
based on what I saw. I think Josh is going to have low 50s, and you guys are both going to have high 40s.
All right.
Okay.
So Anne, what did you get?
No, don't start with me because I was interviewing and not counting.
oh, so Anne needs to recount. Stefan, what did you get?
40.
Surprisingly, throughout the whole game. I thought I was doing really bad. I was very surprised I landed with 51 points.
51. That's
Yeah.
good.
You got a lot of points at the beginning with the money tactics.
I think that's what it was. I felt like I played safe in the beginning, but then it didn't pay out too well towards the end.
Well, I don't think
That's
you're
exactly the
generating
strategy I
gold.
recommended you. The strategy I recommended was a safe strategy that doesn't have a big endgame kick, but it will do well usually.
Yeah, so
But
even
if you're playing against good players, it usually won't beat them.
even
Or
even
sorry,
with
excuse me, guys. If you're playing against experienced players,
even with not being able to defend 3 attacks, I only missed out on 2 points. But then I started getting nervous towards the end when I realized Ann was swinging and was able to bank. I think one of the guys you landed 5 points on. I was
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, man, it takes me 2 turns to get up to 5 points, and you just knocked it out in 1 turn.
Yeah.
So that's what I was nervous about.
So, Ann, what did you get to? We're still counting.
I have ADD. I need a paper.
All right. So I'll go to me. I ended the game with 55 points. 19 of those points were from my guild.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
from your
I had,
from the cards.
Yeah,
you bought
from the
you bought a lot of cards, right?
Yeah. I have
Is that right?
7 guild members.
see,
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah.
See, I didn't recruit anybody extra. I stuck with the 4,
Yeah.
and I got 10 points from my guild. So I feel like next time, if I play this again, I would probably focus more on those areas just to kind of round it out a little bit.
I have 41.
41.
Did you forgot something?
You think so?
Did you count, did you
I got
count your trained
10.
agents?
I got 10 for my agents. I got 17 recognition points. And 14. Oh, that's what I'm. No. And 14
And your guild cards?
for my thing. Oh, that's what I'm missing.
There we go. I
That's
figured
what
you
I'm missing.
forgot
3,
something.
6, 9, 12, 13.
So I think she might.
Oh, 54?
54.
Oh, 54. I got 55.
Oh!
I got 51.
That's really close. All you guys are really close.
Yeah.
It looked like it was going to be a close game. You're all actually a little higher than I expected you to be, but that's I guess I didn't see how many guild cards you had. So
I was like 2 slots away from beating you.
Yep.
That was really close.
That was close.
If I hadn't had that last hit.
that's where the defense. If you'd planned for defense, you got the bonus points.
If I had taken the people out of my border town, I was going for the offense for the last one and it didn't pan out.
That if you'd able to pull that off, you would have won by a pretty good score, though.
Yeah.
It'd been nice.
Close.
Oh man. All right.
All right. Do you have anything else for John before we end this part of our?
No,
segment?
John, is there any last messages that you have, especially for like your Kickstarter backers? Let's say you're 15 days into your campaign. This video happens to show up on your Kickstarter page. Somebody clicks on it. What do you want your backers to know?
Hopefully, all the information that they need to know about the game is provided on the page. For those people listening live right now, it launches tomorrow at noon Eastern time. Yeah.
Very good. Very exciting.
So we're going to do a soft sign off, and we're not going to go offline. We're going to soft sign off and get ready to do our first impressions, where we're going to talk about what we thought of the game, maybe some criticisms, things like that. So thank you everyone for joining us. This is Twist Gaming. We'll be back real quick. Thanks for watching the playthrough with us, and thank you for AEG and Edge of Darkness for sponsoring this week's stream.
This week and this stream and all this week's streams.
Yes. Signing off. I'm Josh,
Stefan?
And I'm Ann.
and we have John with us. Thank you so much, John.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.